Who knows what I'll dig out later? Depends on the mood of the show. Because, whiskey is always an option.
Within reach.
It's always within reach, exactly. Yeah. So, welcome to all you guys. Bob, good to see you.
I have rum.
Arr.
I'm gonna have to try some of that. You speak highly of the Kraken.
I love spiced rum. My favorite.
Sailor Jerry's is also very good if you like spiced rum.
It is.
Nice.
I saw your ankle, Bob.
Yeah, I saw it for about 4.5 minutes, and then I took a nap immediately afterwards. Bob, do me a favor. Click on the link just above your comment there, which is Andrea's channel, and follow that, so you can harass us when we're doing tabletop.
You can follow me, Bob.
You got to say it slow and low for him.
Follow me, Bob.
Oh,
After hours.
Hey, Bob. Thursday is swimsuit episode of our Marvel superhero game. I'll be wearing my little yellow polka dot bikini.
Woo! That's worth the price of admission right there.
Wait, we charge? I tell Bob to throw bits for the yellow polka dot bikini, but he already threw bits, and we do appreciate that.
Yeah, he did.
And we love seeing you in the middle of the day when you're goofing off at work. Here's to that.
He's not at work because he hurt his ankle.
See? Bob says we'll be there. You keep doing what, Daniel?
I keep destroying my background.
That's my painting! Be nice to that thing.
What is on your shirt there, sir?
Cthulhu.
Can you stand up and show me your Cthulhu?
Oh.
Hold still for me.
Oh.
Focus.
Oh my God.
Got an ear and a piglet.
Oh.
That's pretty sweet. Nice.
That's great.
No, it's ear with Piglet's head.
Like you do.
Like you do, yeah.
See, okay, I'm glad it's that Cthulhu and not the other Cthulhu. Okay.
Desmond, Jonathan, hello, gentlemen. Good to see you. Thanks
Oh
for
my
being
God,
here.
hi guys.
Good to see you, buddy. And Jonathan walks through the door covered in
got a whole crew.
I have arrived. There you go. You got a whole crew going on. That's good.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like I should
Jonathan.
get
I was
here
looking
now.
at your
Go ahead.
I was looking at your Instagram last night with all the wood stuff you make. I really like it. It's good. Good job.
Des, absolutely. Do you need me to? Do you have a link?
Look, Andrea,
thank you.
I'm using peanut butter.
Bob did comment on that, saying, "I wish I was that celery." I think he wishes that you would just bite into him and tear chunks off of him. But I could be wrong.
Peanut.
That's always more fun.
Okay, so it's the
Or peanut butter.
Dr. Lupo on Twitch. Des, all right at NZXT. Your turn. How many retweets to add another PC to the charity giveaway? Is that what we're doing? To the charity giveaway for my block at GuardianCon? That's what we're retweeting? Or is there something specifically from you? Okay, just making sure. I'm going to go slap another retweet on it. It's at 19K now. When you hit retweet, it says go home or go big 20K at NZXT. Is that not what I want to? Okay, maybe I need to retweet right here. That's a screenshot. Okay, wait, no, I'm to the original. Nope,
Speaking of retweeting and posting, also hit the share button. Let everybody know you're here.
Okay.
And then we'll tell everybody about this.
I'm guessing, yeah, let me go retweet the screenshot. Okay, we got this. I got this. We're good. Okay. Retweet it off to my couple thousand followers. It's not much, but it's something, right? How many do I have? I have no clue. I never pay attention. I just do what I do and don't worry about the rest of it.
Do you ever notice when you start eating all natural stuff, everything kind of tastes the same?
A little bit.
Squishy.
Yeah.
And thank you, Des, for the retweet of the show. Extra 2K.
Because it's all natural.
I also
Yeah, true.
Other things tend to have more flavor when you go back to the unnatural things. You can actually taste like the saccharin and the NutraSweet and stuff
Ooh.
so much more clearly when you go back to them.
I loves me some good saccharin.
Love it.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
miss
urine
soda
after the sack.
so much.
All right.
Yeah, better
Miss
living
soda?
through chemistry.
You miss soda?
I miss soda so much.
It
I gave it
misses
up
you
years
too.
ago. When I did falter last week of school, it just got so hot. I just couldn't. I used to grab a hot coffee before class. I needed caffeine,
Mhm.
and I just grabbed a Coke. I said, "Screw it." It was the most delicious. Like 2 minutes, I had it in a straw.
It's better when you don't have it all the time. Like this, I got this Friday. Usually a soda like this will last me a week.
I don't
Every once in a
understand.
while.
I mean, I understand the words, but I don't understand not finishing a soda or sandwich. I just,
Well, my sandwich will be finished. Just not on camera because.
on camera.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
prepping for tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna
Oh.
take Elizabeth's celery.
No, I'm not on Twitch. I don't know which way. Which way? That way?
Yes, that way. That's funny. You just see his arm and this little celery sticking out. Oh.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
We have to have a show where we just practice that kind of crap. Get really good at it.
Travis, Des says you
I
need
know.
to update the title of the show because it has yesterday's date. It's the same thing, just different day.
Demanding audience. All right. Yeah. Tell us what else to do.
It's good that we know that they demand perfection. So I should probably log out, right?
No. We invited you.
No, I'm just saying. I
on
know.
For a
I
very
know.
specific reason. And
Oh no! Is this an intervention?
no.
We're all gathered here today.
If it is, it's for us to, stop randomly inviting people on the damn show.
I've been on a few times. I'm not sure it's random anymore, is it?
Absolutely.
We'll just say that. Whatever.
Whatever.
I gotta finish with the comic issue cover for Thursday's episode.
Those pictures looked awesome.
That's Elizabeth's
I love
drawing.
it. Yeah.
I just pulled out the background and slapped it on the beach. I love her drawings. They're my favorite.
I do appreciate
Cool.
that our fans demand a certain level of perfection.
Yeah.
Her hair.
Well, it just helps me make a better show. Oh, by the way, I do have exciting news which you two might not care at all about. We have switched Crypto Mysteries on Andrea's channel and Corn Nuts. So the Star Wars game and the Steampunk game are switching days, Tuesday and Wednesday. And on Wednesday for Star Wars, we have set up for our friend and previous game master of Star Wars to join as a player on the Star Wars game. It's Robert Turk, who did the character of Gander Snitch the Goblin for years. He is chock full of personality, gets along great with people, understands how to keep a game moving and flowing and still be entertaining and engaging. So the bottom line is I'm going to have a good time with him there.
And he's created some games awesome.
Yeah, he just
And
finished a Kickstarter.
Him and his wife, I believe, are the author of 50 Shades of Brown.
That's correct. That's correct.
I love this coloring book. So, yay.
So, yeah. There.
Well, I'm excited because he was the game master when Whittleberry came to be. Ish. Was Whittleberry with him? Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was. Oh yeah, Whittleberry came to be with that and was on the ship in that game Balls Deep 5.
Yeah, he was.
I just like playing with him. He's a good player, so yay. Yes.
I'm playing with something on the screen here. And once we run out of, you know what?
What have we told you about that? Don't play with it on screen,
Unless
Travis.
if it's a pay
Just don't
cam.
show your nipples.
I think
Yeah.
that's what you said. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Huh?
save that stuff for extra cash.
That's right. We learned that from.
Don't give away the milk if they're not going to buy the cow, right?
Oh my
Don't
God!
dip
If
the
you can
toast
milk
in
me, something's gone horribly wrong.
Maybe that's a bot or something we need to get, the milking Travis bot.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. Very, very wrong.
Who's going to
hope-
breastfeed?
I hope so. Who's on Travis? No, thank you.
I think the question
You're going to
more is,
breastfeed
who
on
is
him?
it?
You
People
can't
throw-
breastfeed on him. You'll choke
People
on the
would throw
barbells.
bits to make us stop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd be the first.
500 bits and Daniel will stop. Yeah.
Oh my God! And it's Daniel doing it.
And you can't throw bits on your own channel.
You just have to take it. But Travis
Okay,
is way
welcome to
down
the chat.
there, and I can't reach him. I'd have to go through Andrea. And
Oh,
that would be awkward.
In more ways than one.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
What happened? What I miss?
What?
I'm just looking on the Twitch channel. Yeah, you would have to. Ow.
Excuse me, pardon me.
we will have to practice that.
So, we're giving advice today, huh?
We are. I figured I'd get through our silly intro and see where that goes.
Of course.
And then
course.
basically going to do the
Oh.
same thing as yesterday. Yes, Andrea, what do you owe about?
We have to get through the intro. I'm just thinking, like, the hour of This Week in History.
It could be some days. Some days.
Sounds great.
Am I right?
Yeah.
It's hold on. I'm rearranging things on this screen. Do.
Hey,
There we
don't
go.
put baby in the corner.
Mom.
Put the
Nobody
words.
puts baby in the corner.
Corner.
What a line. Can you imagine being an actor? I have to say what?
Well, you know,
And especially
$20
when
is
it's
$20.
one of the most famous lines of that movie, and that's very sad.
Whatever. Could be worse.
It could be.
That's true.
Gray.
Oh.
I have not seen that yet.
It's
I mean,
it's
used
kind
to
of
add
a
it
comedy.
What? Which one?
50 Shades.
Oh.
It's a comedy. Kato, I went with her to see it, and I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you would probably marked it on your Google Calendar.
No, I didn't read any of the books,
Got
and the
the
movies.
right
I'm just,
stuff.
no, the best thing to do is to go to those movies and watch the people watching it. It was hilarious,
It gets
just like with
awkward standing
Twilight.
in front of the screen like this. So
With all the hype, I thought it would be something at least decent. It's all right. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but was
It's-
it at least indecent?
Oh, you see a lot of stuff. It's not porn, but you know, it's porn-esque.
It's dry. It's, what do they call that?
It's not dry.
PG porn. It's
softcore.
PG porn. Softcore.
Softcore. No, PG porn is hilarious. I love that. But it's, yeah. I don't know.
I know. No.
The guy, the lead guy, the only thing is on that big screen, one of his eyes is bigger than the other, and that's the only thing I can focus on. Yes.
So you could not get me to watch that film. You could not get me. You could pay me, but you could not get me drunk enough, whatever other condition enough, because I'm so inebriated. I'd be unconscious. Maybe that's it.
Elizabeth, imagine this. You came over and we set the couch up so we all three can sit in it, and then we put the Twitch cam
Yeah.
on us while streaming the movie, and we get drunk while watching it in MST3K.
I don't want to watch it again.
Like I said, you could pay me.
$20 is $20, right?
$20 is
I couldn't pay you. That would require some money in my pocket to hand to you.
Maybe I could take it out of your pocket.
Oh,
Will you split it with me if you
Ow.
find something? Because I would still end up with more money than I thought I had.
After. That's just ridiculously silly, but fun.
Oh my god. I'm so looking forward to the game tomorrow. Because there's this.
There's this, and it's absolute madness.
Wonderful.
And unfortunately, I am not wearing the swimsuit that you put on my character. I
You
have
like
more.
it?
I have more respect for your listeners or listeners.
Well,
That's
here's
me.
the thing. He doesn't have it in
Watchers,
yellow.
viewers. No, I don't have it in yellow. I'm sorry, I just can't.
It'd be awesome if you had like a turtleneck, so you're all shadowy, and then you wear that over it.
You're gonna wish that I was wearing a turtleneck.
I was thinking that the
Yeah.
best way is to sit. Like, okay, how do I stretch all this out? Okay, that'll.
I'm thinking about rearranging my room so that my backdrop is actually my 55-inch TV right here, and put like a beach scene on it.
We had a
So-
guest who did that. They set up their camera right in front of their huge
Oh yeah.
TV, and then they turned on. They went to YouTube and just pulled up different like hour-long nature scenes.
Yeah. We often do that during our D&D games. I'll throw up like a campfire, or like a campfire on the beach, and it makes a great
Or
background.
burning children,
Oh,
because you know
my
that's what the
goodness.
game called for.
I have the waves.
Bob
right there.
says, Elizabeth, I should be eating the celery for you.
Yes, you should.
No, we've
And you can
never-
have the hummus.
We've never heard Bob's voice, so I'm going to go. Maybe it sounds like this.
Elizabeth, I'm eating the celery for you.
I don't know. Or
It's
maybe
like you're in my mind. Get out,
maybe
get
it's
out.
more like Elizabeth.
I'm
Eat it.
eating the celery for you.
Hey, don't bite so fast. Eat slower.
Okay, does anybody have questions? Or did everybody leave?
We
Do
did.
you
Yeah.
need advice?
Do you want me to take charge, shift gears, and put us on track? Is that
Probably.
what I've got to that point? Or, okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Not that we're not going to like totally off
I,
track again, but
People
yes.
did not leave, but it's fine.
Aye, Captain.
okay. So I'm going to take over here just for a second till we go off tangent here in another 7 minutes. So this is a book that's available down below the video screen. You can go check it out. It's free on Amazon. And what we did yesterday is basically I read a page from this and then we discussed it. And anybody viewing could ask questions, advice, or give their own 2 cents. I mean, for whatever it's worth. 2 cents ain't a lot anymore. Now, where we ended yesterday is number 7 out of 27 thoughts. Physical contact. Human beings are social creatures. Don't overlook the value of accepting physical contact when it's appropriate. A pat on the back,
When it's appropriate, Bob.
a handshake, or even a hug can help your mood a lot. With those you're close to, intimate contact. Let your friends and family know that it helps. I'm sure they'll be willing to show support in that way also, and may need it themselves. So, of course, I'm not talking about sex here. And I'm not talking about inappropriate behavior. I am talking about the hug, the handshake, the personal contact between two human beings.
Yeah.
Elizabeth told a great story last night, which, you know, considering I believe we pretty much have a whole different crowd here at this moment. Do you want to tell that story again about the woman at the...
Okay.
It's a great story.
It is.
All right. So it was right after that album release party, and I ran around Brooklyn taking pictures. And I let the beer kind of run its course before I jump on an entrapped train. And it was just coming back on the G, taking pictures of Pickleman there, and I noticed this woman very close to me. blonde woman sitting there, and it looked like she's just devouring herself alive, emotionally and mentally, just going through inner turmoil. And it was not pretty to watch. And then I noticed she had a walkie-talkie attached to her belt, and she had a little plastic earpiece in her ear. And I'm staring at her thinking, I can't even imagine the day she's gone through, what is causing this. And I just wanted to reach out to her and say something. And my voice said, don't do it, you're full of fear. Don't say anything. Just, you might be misreading this. And the other stubborn voice in my head said, no, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. Wait right till this train stops. So the train starts to pull up to Port Square, and I walk over to her, and I just touch her arm. And I literally, she just shocked awake and looked at me completely surprised. And I said to her, you matter. I can't remember everything now, darn it. I'm telling the story. I said, you matter. You're making a difference. Don't give up. And she swallowed it for a moment, and she said, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that right now. And I just said, you hang in there. Don't give up. And so we got off on the train, and I walked a little slower, and I let her lead the way. We had to go up and through some tunnels, and then she was veering off to the 7 as I was turning to the E train. And she was probably 150, 200 feet ahead of me. And I saw her turn around and look for me, to that one more engagement. And I just yelled above everyone. I said, hey, beautiful, you just hang in there. Keep going. And then we parted ways.
That's so awesome.
And the power of the physical touch, again, when appropriate.
I woke her up. I totally stopped whatever that was going. And it just shocked her. And then she snapped.
It's something they'll teach in management classes for engaging with your employees, touching them on the forearm, not necessarily on the hand or above the elbow.
It's risky to do with strangers. It is risky.
It is.
It can be aggressive. I took a shit.
With today's social climate, it's dangerous to do it at work in a lot of cases, too, because even the most innocent of touches, let alone running your fingers through their hair while gazing into their eyes, and, you got to be careful. But, hey, there's Thunderheart. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, especially risky in this climate. What were you going to say, Daniel?
I'm a Cub Scout leader, and that's one of the things they tell you is you cannot hug the boys. And for me, I'm an affectionate person. And I mean, not pervy in any way, but it's so hard not to come up to the boys and go, great job. Or if they're feeling bad about something, going, it's okay. It's
okay.
Okay, just for all our viewers, Elizabeth is also watching the World Cup, so she might have diametrically opposing emotional outbursts compared to what we're actually discussing. Bear with her.
Sorry.
No, not
it's more fun that way. It's more fun that way. But like I said, I mean, it's so ingrained in everybody these days that don't do that, don't go there, sexual harassment, and to touch it. So hard if you're an affectionate person.
Do you want to speak on that as a teacher in school?
I do. And Dan, I agree with you. I'm a hugger. I do. Even if people only want this or just...
Come on, bring it in. Bring it in.
See, Thunderheart is agreeing also because it's kind of a shame because of how much those little things matter. I'm a very affectionate person and I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it too. And as a teacher... you're supposed to say, am I allowed to touch you on your back when you want to say good job?
Yeah.
To children. Am I allowed? I don't. I don't play that game. I walk around, and if they need, I got a little hand on the shoulder. I do it. I've had one child say, I don't want to be touched. And I said, and then we talked about it, and I apologized. And then he smiled, and then we got him more engaged because of it. Right. Allowing people to be people.
Still open the conversation and the interaction.
And you can tell if they're a little on the spectrum and you think, I probably shouldn't touch them,
I want to address a few comments here. Thunderheart, sorry. probably make that mistake more than once.
Thunderheart.
Thunderheart says, makes me wonder what the heck happened. I'll tell you what happened. We're an extremist society, and we found one person that went too far, or 3 people that went too far, and we went to stop that from happening again. And instead of just going, you get in trouble, we went, well, nobody could ever do this again, and that will stop any kid from ever suffering, because it's better that we never touch a child than have one child ever abused. And that is an arguable point. I see the value of that point of view, but extremes are never, in my opinion, the best answer.
So we all have to suffer for this one child.
Well, our children have to suffer. The whole next generation suffers, let alone us. At conventions, I find myself...
When you're trying to protect that one person, the whole world suffers, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, the children I teach, they hug me as if they don't want to let go, and like they've never had loving contact before. I mean, I'm sure they've had something because they are somewhat normal, but they are dying for any kind of contact.
And I think we need to... I'm sorry. I think we need to protect the children, but as much as that, we need to educate the adults and say, we cannot zero this out because kids need that. Adults need that. Touching people is not bad. There are some, but those are the ones we need to focus on, not just a rule straight across the board to make it, no contact.
Mm-hmm.
How about
we lost Bob.
Really nailing people?
Hey, can I address
really
Bob's
nailing
comment, please?
Oh, sorry.
Because Bob, if you are still there, Bob said I can be appropriate at times, and then immediately afterwards said nude pics. I like to touch my ankle. Which bless Bob, because we've all saw this picture of his ankle.
Everybody's seen it, Bob.
I think he might have go. But Bob, you're still here. We appreciate you for who you are. But back to the topic, which Thunderheart says, we forget a step, or forgot a step. Everyone thinks there are simpler ways than they actually are. If you make the punishment so people do not want to commit the infraction, then you don't have to deny everybody something because of one person. And this is getting way off topic. I don't necessarily want to go into our prison and punishment system with this. But the bottom line is, humans are social creatures. Physical contact is very important in our psychology.
It is.
It's amazing when I was single and only living with my son, and he would come and go between his mother's house and my house, how much I yearned for a simple handshake at a business transaction. I didn't realize it immediately, but after a while, I'm like, I am much more prone to present my hand first when I have no physical interaction, just to have something.
My favorite is when you're talking to someone, or you're meeting someone, or it's someone in business, and they sneeze in their hand, or they go, and then they hold it out to you. You're like, oh God.
Okay, we could ban physical contact because of that, I think.
I've done it, and then as I'm talking, I take out the Purell. It's right in front of them. I just go for it.
I think I would probably slip and just point straight at the hand they're presenting, going, you just sneezed directly into that hand, right? I think I'd call them out on that.
People are so funny nowadays, and not
you
funny.
Just offer them the other hand.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My religion forbids me from shaking their hand.
Fist bump.
My fear of your boogers. People who sneeze into their hands are gross. You know what? I will blow my nose into my hands, but I'm in the shower and I can wash them right then and there. Yeah. It's,
what, you don't just give it one of those plug the other side? It's so disgusting. I've seen people do that, like right in the street.
In the shower? Why are you in their showers?
I said in the street. I said in the street, not in their
Why
shower.
are they showering in the street?
Hey, what happens in Travis's shower stays in Travis's
No,
shower.
not now that we're on Twitch. What happens to Travis?
That's
is
true, that's true.
broadcasted.
That's an extra subscription. Yeah.
Okay, go grab your water there, Thunderheart.
After.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait.
It's funny that you're saying after hours because I'm working on my overlay for tomorrow's game and I'm putting the after hours picture up.
Wait, what?
That's funny.
Let's see.
They do call it shea butter.
Shea butter, yeah. We have shadowy butter.
Shadowy butter. For her.
Now 30% darker.
And we're off the rails. That happens quick.
That never happens. Seriously.
What?
That never happens.
I'm looking at the picture of a naked blue woman that Daniel sent to everybody.
I sent him a nude pic.
Oh, there's a bunch
Did I-
below it. Yeah, it's in the group chat for Marvel for our superhero thing.
All right, hang on, I'll share it.
Oh.
You already put it there. She can see it.
Well, I meant to the audience.
No, do not.
Oh.
Do not.
No nude pics.
No, please.
Okay.
No.
But they're gonna wonder.
Well, they can wonder, and they can Google their own.
They can
We don't post
wonder.
those links.
Oh.
We can talk about them though.
It's a drawing.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that to the audience. We're not sharing dirty
It's not
porn.
porn, people.
No, it's
No,
Pict.
Something off
PICT. It's an Irish warrior, all painted in blue.
It's pretty hard,
oh, she's Irish.
and it's a nice photo.
Yeah,
and I don't
Celtic-
think it's
Celtic.
offensive at all. But it's not something I'm going to
But-
put up on Twitch and have become a problem. For
It's just somebody may
yeah,
feel it.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you can
Somebody-
see her girly parts. I didn't realize that.
yeah. Somebody who didn't get enough hugs because of society might have an issue with it.
Hey,
Drugs
y'all
are
got-
better
y'all-
than drugs.
Y'all got the Googles. You can hit it.
Yeah.
So let's see here. It's I might
Uh-huh.
get a beer or three.
Oh,
What happened?
sorry.
How they doing?
Nothing.
What's the score?
Tied. 1-1.
Oh wow, who's winning?
Yeah.
About it. Think about it. Oh, that was weird.
I think I know why that when I got the bits and stuff, I think I know why that didn't show up. I didn't have that put on the Star Wars overlay.
Ah,
I mean,
I'm
these kids
fixing
I'm
it.
talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was trying to pull the train back on track. These
Uh-huh.
kids I'm talking about, we're all, I'm sitting here drinking beer, and we're all, people and artists and Epicureans. Some of their parents show up reeking of pot so badly that I'm getting a contact high, or alcohol, where they can barely talk and they're challenging every teacher to fight. And then the children go home and they're and people say, well, why aren't they doing their homework? Well, I think just surviving is the key for some of these kids,
Yeah.
and that's what's, you could see that's when I see the contact that these children made. And it's draining. It's tough.
I think a lot of them also, they're learning at home that they can get either attention or get somebody else in trouble, somebody who challenges them as a authority figure, by crying wolf on the touching. And when something like that happens, of course, as we always point out with these sort of things, when somebody does it falsely, it takes away from the validity of every valid claim out there. It damages the actual victims when somebody cries wolf.
Yeah.
And then what happens, and this is totally a whiny thing, but someone maybe or maybe not was touched inappropriate in the bathroom or whatever. So now New York schools have one bathroom for adults in the entire school That means one toilet, one sink, one room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
horrible.
That's just brilliant. You know, because.
Well, see, when I was growing up, kids didn't have as many rights as they do now. And I think it's gone extreme. Everything's for the kids.
We should get back on top. We should make it happier.
So what about adult behavior now?
Yes.
Because I'm an affectionate person. If I'm not with strangers.
You're an adult, yes.
I'm an adult. My friends, I meet them, they get a hug. When I leave, I tell them if it's true. I say, "I love you, man. Be good." And I'm not shy about that. I wear my heart on my sleeve, well, I guess they call it. If I get out to Virginia and meet you guys, you get a hug. You get a hug.
And you get one, and you get one.
I'm considering Travis, but might be a little stiff. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, that's the way I relate to people that are my friends. And what does anybody else think of that?
Real quick, how many of you guys have the Twitch channel up so you can see the chat?
Me.
Okay.
I turned it off because it locked up.
Here's what I need you to. When I point like this, it means I want to read a comment. That way, I don't have to interrupt you every time. If you see me like just pointing out to the side, that's me letting you know, hey, I want to get somebody else heard. Okay. So real quick, and then we'll get back to what you're just saying there, Daniel. Thunderheart a few minutes ago said everyone wants to be a victim because it's the only way to get attention, and then this cycle fuels itself. In response to what you just said, Thunderheart says, heck yeah, I love hugs. Overdrive has jumped in again, saying good afternoon all. I'm here for the Talk of the Tavern First International Advice, Clam Bake, and Orgy. Hell yeah. And Thunderheart says,
with butter.
So with butter. It's
Yes.
Yeah, Overdrive, we're talking about the importance of physical contact in human society and how we are stripping that away under the guise of protecting our children, but it's actually psychologically damaging to them and us. Thunderheart said after hours. Thunderheart was the one that did the TM originally, and we're like, how'd you do that? It's so yeah.
Oh yeah, I used the TM, guys. It's awesome.
I used the TP. That's pretty good. Not as good
Bring
as
it
the
back
day. For my
TP. Oh, I knew I forgot something.
Did you forget to use it, or did you forget to remove it after using it?
That's what that lump is. That's why I'm shifting uncomfortably.
Well, we're here to give advice for that.
Awesome.
That's right.
Worth every penny.
We're going to hand you some Puro.
That might sting.
Oh my goodness.
Elizabeth, you want to shake my hand?
No.
Nope. No.
I didn't mean to answer for you. It just instinctual. Stress on the middle syllable of that last word, instinctual. Number 8 in the book is don't get overwhelmed. So again, these are thoughts on enjoying life, which I wrote because I had multiple friends hospitalized for either attempting suicide or not hospitalized because they succeeded with suicide. All in a week, there was like 4 different friends that had it happen.
That was, yeah.
So it says, don't get overwhelmed. One thing at a time, one step at a time. Both great rules to live by. Focusing on one thing and completing it gives a sense of accomplishment. It's also a key point that any success guide will give, and it applies here also. Trying too much at once, or even worrying about too much, can make the best of us become overwhelmed and shut down. So take it easy. Focus on one task, project, or thing at a time. As long as you're getting something done, then you're making progress. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and it's a lot easier to look for the next place to step than it is to try and look 1,000 miles ahead.
That's some advice that I pass on to everyone I meet, that I talk to, that is getting overwhelmed. Whether or not it's a woodworking project, which seems to be most of my contact with the outside world. And I say, look at it. Don't look at this beautiful piece of furniture and go, I'm building that. Okay, good to know your goal. But start with this. Okay, I have to make a drawer. No, still too broad. I have to make the sides. And just break it down one little piece at a time. The same thing with, go ahead.
Thunderheart threw in, right as you were starting there, my case manager in school would always ask me how to eat an elephant whenever I'd get overwhelmed. The answer, I realized, is one bite at a time. And by the way, Overdrive threw in about our previous conversation. Sorry, and then I'll let you guys, Daniel, continue and Andrea jump in. I view the isolation of children the same as immunization. Shelter and isolate people all their lives, and they'll be unable to deal with the normal trials and tribulations of everyday life. Very true. Very true. Daniel, you were saying about one step at a time, so just the sides.
But it's like anything in life, and I am admittedly a part of the mental health institution. I have a number of suicides. I struggle with depression daily. And you just have to find that one thing, the next step. And it gets you closer to the next step, rather than looking at it and go, I'm so messed up. I have all these problems. It's just overwhelming. You just bury yourself and nothing gets done. So whether it's activity, whether it's mental activity, whether it's a project, break it down, and just those little accomplishments will motivate the next one.
Andrew, what were you going to say earlier? Do you remember?
Poor elephant. That's all.
Well, I guess it depends where you start.
At the trunk.
If
That's for you, Bob.
Save the trunks for sandwiches.
Put them in the
bun.
bun.
To slice.
Oh, let's not talk about.
Be like little calamari rings. Yeah.
With mucus.
God.
No.
God, I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry now.
Oh my gosh.
Whew.
Well, if you're gonna make the sandwich, you have to make it with butter.
That's right. Thunderheart wants to know if elephant trunks have boogers. Yeah, but the problem is they can't cover one nostril and go.
Can you imagine? Just.
We have a wildlife park south of us, a couple hours, and they have an elephant there, and I have seen him sneeze, and it's as disgusting as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen Brothers Grimsby?
No.
There's an elephant in that. I recommend you watch it. Not with your kids.
No.
No. I will take a look at it.
So, and by the way, Overdrive says, Thunderheart, asking the deep questions. And, Thunderheart is just phrase it in book.
Thunderheart!
It does. I know. I'm like all about Thundercats when I say Thunderheart. It's like somewhere between a Native American
Thunderhearts. Oh.
This is great. Miss Bob.
Did you say you miss Bob?
I miss Bob.
Oh.
Miss
Well,
Butter.
don't say it
Yeah,
three
Miss
times.
Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you, Bob? We miss you.
Say his name 3 times. He might appear.
Yeah.
You've been using that username since you're 14. Thunderheart, we don't know
So-
how old you
so
are.
about-
You might be 50.
So about 6 months?
Yeah,
He's been doing it
exactly.
for 6 months.
14 and a half.
Well, you could be 72, and we're like, how do you have a username 60 years ago?
Time traveler, it's okay.
You're 20,
we get it.
okay. Okay. See, and Overheart, we had this conversation yesterday where we didn't know Overheart, Overdrive. God damn it. I'm going to
Oh, wow.
You know,
Go get a beer. Oh.
Thunderheart, Thunderheart says it's kind of edgy and childish in my opinion, but I lack the creativity to think of something new. Thunderheart to me feels like a Native American name. Matter of fact, I want to say there was a movie with Lou Diamond Phillips and Kiefer Sutherland named Thunderheart in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, I don't know.
Thunderdrive, Overheart. We've made you a celebrity couple. You're now Overheart.
Oh my goodness.
Overdrive, I hope you like younger gamers. I don't know what else to say here.
With butter.
Hey, hey. Overdrive, meet Thunderheart. It's like this is like Match.com here.
Thunderheart, by the way, starting next week on Andrea's channel, where we play the Marvel, Tuesdays are going to be a steampunk Cthulhu meets Scooby-Doo with the Dresden Files and Supernatural sprinkled on top. Wednesdays are going to be Star Wars, but it's going to be more like Firefly meets the Three Stooges, if you know what either of those things are. And then, of course, Thursday is Thursday with Fire.
Oh yeah, he's young.
No, you know what? Overdrive, I think you're right. It might have been Val Kilmer that did Thunderheart. I don't remember.
He did. He was an FBI agent, went to the Indian Reserve.
There we go. Good, you love Firefly. Yes, Daniel?
I have a question for Thunderheart. You're 20. It's been a long time since we've been 20. So nowadays, what's the biggest struggle for someone of your age? And I know it's personal, and if you don't want to answer, we're cool. I'm just curious. I don't talk to a lot of 20-year-olds.
I feel like it'd be something with porn and getting original porn. Maybe that's my age. I don't know.
All these old people trying to hug me.
All these, yeah.
Actually, this, now that we know Thunderheart is 20, what a great view of the hugging and touching thing now. Because this is somebody that just a few years ago was in school. 2-3 years ago, this person was in a school system where touching was not allowed. And this person grew up in that system. So hearing that point of view from Thunderheart, is it exciting, Elizabeth?
Could have been.
You don't have to stop. I saw the intensity. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening?
That was a free kick.
Okay. And by the way, Thunderheart says, I don't know, honestly. I honestly feel like I'm an exception, which you probably are. You are a cornucopia of useless shit, Overdrive. There's one thing I like in my friends. It is cornucopias, and if they're full of useless shit, even better.
Gotta love a cornucopia full of shit.
Poocopia.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me the other day.
Okay.
I was out with some friends and acquaintances, kind of an extended group, and I was hugging my friends, saying goodbye. Went to hug this new guy that I had met. We hit it off. He was a gamer. We're having fun, and he goes, "No, man, I'm not gay." That shocked me. It's like, wait a minute, we're hugging here. I'm not reaching down here. And
I was going to say, were you wearing pants at the time?
I'm not wearing pants right now. It's just
see, that makes a difference.
No, but it bothered me because this. You look around and there's so much pride and organizations and everything is like, okay, LBGT lives matter and it's so open. Yet it's so closed when you get to individual levels in some individuals, and it just kind of surprised me.
Though, I have had friends who are Russian or German or Italian, basically European.
Yeah.
And they will hug.
Kiss too.
Yeah, and kiss too. And sometimes cheeks, sometimes lips, depending on how close you are in that relationship. So just and by the way, I just thought to myself, when you're like, he said that, I'm like, what is this, the 80s? But even in the 80s, it was still reasonably... I think the bottom line is, that's his issue. And I'm sorry he has chosen to deal with that. And I think that's what that is at that point. They have chosen to be offended by something, which we always bitch about the other side being overly sensitive and easily offended. Well, that person has now chosen to be that way.
Right. I mean, I didn't accept it as being, my problem, my situation. It just was one of those things that happens in front of you, and you go,
What the hell was that?
And I just let go, and I laughed it off, and we made a joke, and we moved on. And I just thought that was really kind of a strange place to come from, and it was
there,
alien to me.
there are some comments here that I'd like to read off. Thunderheart says, I'm on the spectrum. And by the way, I assume you mean Asperger's, etc. Spectrum there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm on the spectrum and spent my formative years being abused. Never learned how to be social until recently. I know what my own main struggle is now, but not the normal 20-year-old. There was a comment from Overdrive at that point. Am I the lone weirdo that had a great childhood, suffered no abuse, had awesome parents? We'll answer that in a moment. Thunderheart says, oh yeah, people don't like being hugged. I'd hug some of my teachers and some people would let me hug them, but everyone always sees it as inappropriate. I'd always get, you shouldn't be just hugging people. Autism spectrum. I couldn't think of the word autism, believe it or not. I remembered Asperger, so. Overdrive. My childhood to me was a good time. If I tell other people about my childhood, they're like, wow, you had it rough. I think it's what you take out of it. The best childhood, somebody can tell you how abusive it is. And the worst childhood, somebody else can find that silver lining and go, look what I got. Guys, thoughts
I
on that?
survived it.
Yeah.
I'm here. I am who I am because of it. So you take the good with the bad. So
There you have the facts of life.
why complain about it? Just learn from it and do better. You
Yeah.
can't change the past.
Yeah, I look at it like, okay, I've been through some crap. My first suicide attempt was when I was 12 years old. It's been a rough life. My mom was horribly depressed. I had good parents. They worked hard. You know, I was bullied relentlessly in school, and that's a whole other subject. But I look at every one of those stages and go, that made me who I am right now, good or bad. Those were all, I hate to put it in gaming terms, that's all experience points. And that's how you level up in life.
I think you have a crowd that totally relates to experience points references. So keep going.
I know you guys all get that. Yeah.
Twitch is a gaming platform initially. So
exactly.
most
Yeah.
How
people,
it started.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So we
And-
get it.
Yeah. So not everything that's going to happen to you is, you know, peaches and cream. And sometimes the bad is going to build your character more than the good. So it forces us to work. It forces us to get through things. So don't desire to cut those things out of your life.
This is where I kind of see things from Elizabeth's point of view. Now, Elizabeth and I have had multiple discussions on, does pure evil exist? Are some people just pure evil? And I'm like, no. But I do believe there are heavy inclinations towards it. And this is where I'm going to side with Elizabeth. Daniel, in reference to what you've said, but also in reference to Thunderheart going on with, if I wasn't abused by a psychotic stepmother, I probably wouldn't be as nice. I was bullied relentlessly by my stepmother, but my peers in school treated me really well. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're inclined to be an asshole, you'd be an asshole, no matter if things went well for you or poorly. But if you're inclined to be a kind person, you're going to lean that way, and you're going to pull the positive out of your horrible experiences to build on what you are by your very nature. Thoughts, guys?
No, I agree with that. And if no matter how good your life was, if you're an asshole, you're going to be an asshole.
Elizabeth, any comments on assholes?
Okay, I don't believe I was talking about pure evil. I was talking about evil, just to make sure. I don't want to get into that dirty. Okay, but I think you choose every moment of every day. Every single moment of every day, whether you're going to be an asshole or you're going to be an angel, and it's your choice.
By the way, Overdrives, and Daniel, I'm going to let you chime in 1 second. Let me hit Overdrive's comment. Overdrive says, agreed. If I never went through the adversity I did in my youth, I wouldn't be the humble, awesome sumbitch that you see here before you. LOL kidding. So you're not awesome or you're not some bitch? Please clarify. And then he says, I wouldn't call myself an asshole, but I'm extremely sarcastic by nature, which is what we call ourselves here. This is why we use the word asshole. And other people that are sarcastic and humorous and tongue-in-cheek, they get it. And the people that take themselves too seriously go, oh, well, they're assholes. They said it. By the way, do we need a break, guys? Anybody need a break?
I do.
Yeah, I'd like to get something to drink. Sorry, I was working on banners. I
Okay.
didn't think to do the
Daniel,
thing.
hold your thought. Let's all pop away and get a refill. Guys, I am going to put on
I'm
a
good.
video. You're okay?
Yeah, let's refill.
Oh, okay. So, yes, we're going to refill. Guys, I'm going to put on a video here. Bear with us. I'm only going to be gone about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'll flip it back on even everybody else isn't here, and I'll read comments and whatnot. So go ahead and comment. We'll be right back.
I'm a little teapot watering my lawn. Oh, Bart, you didn't hit play.
I did. It's recorded.
Oh.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
Okay, so here, should I say where we are? Are we allowed to say that? Okay, no, just, okay, so adventures in watering your lawn. We have some watering cans here.
We do.
I'm a little teapot Barbie. Nothing says clean lawn like a Barbie doll.
I love us. That's not a squirter. We can clip it.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And sometimes what I'll do if we mess up enough, you'll get 3 or 4 of them throughout the video before you finally get what works.
Okay. For the
Somebody's walking by.
super duper projects, we have the Wonder Woman.
You ever seen Wonder Woman's can? Elizabeth just isn't leaving that game. She was in the middle of the play. Okay, what do we got here? John, good to see you, buddy. And Overdrive says, no, honestly, I think I'm a fairly decent guy. I was only kidding with the use of awesome. Overdrive, it totally came across. We totally get what you're doing there just because you spelled it some bitch. Or use that at all.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And Thunderheart saying, I like trolling and getting a rise out of people, but I'm still a sensitive and nice person. And I think that's why this channel appeals to you, because we're the same way. We're all genuinely fucking nice people. But man, we love saying some stupid shit and getting a rise out of people. Hopefully a good rise. Yeah, same here. We dial it back if people aren't okay with it. We're not here to hurt feelings. We're here to have a good time. And by here, I mean on the channel and in life too. So, it's for Overdrive and Thunderheart, or Overheart as we like to call the two of you when you're both in the channel.
That's great.
Here's to you. I feel like you guys are doing it right. You look on the bright side. You try to take away the positive. Try to make yourself and other people laugh. And if you're pissing them off, you try to shut up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like the definition of doing it right, in my opinion. And hello to everybody who just jumped in and joined us. Glad to have you. Feel free to comment. You got to follow the channel to do it. Or feel free to lurk. Click the share button under your screen. Let your friends know we're here. We're giving out free advice. And we're also, to recap while the other two are gone, we're going through my book, 27 Thoughts on Enjoying Life. And it's
Which, if you go below the video, you can find it and get a copy. And it is free on Amazon.
Yes. If you look at the list of books, it says Travis's books. Those are books that I wrote. Some under pen names, some under my name. You could check them out. Get 2 of them for free. Etheric Elements and 27 Thoughts on Enjoying Life. And if you go to my website, travisisivart.com, you can get Journal of a Stranger for free by signing up for the newsletter. Okay, that's that. So I am drinking a Lenin Kugels. It's better than Lenin Kegels, huh?
Is that the grapefruit beer?
It is a grapefruit shandy, and I don't even know what the hell a shandy is supposed to be. Weiss beer. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's really good. It's not as heavy as a regular beer.
Yeah.
But it's good.
See, and it's better the second time. And I think the reason it's better the second time is the first time I had anything like this, it was really, really good. And then I had this after that one. And this was disappointing after the last one.
Because it's a different brand. This is not imported. This is...
But this is a Weiss beer brewed with honey and natural grapefruit flavor, which gives it a much lighter, crisp flavor. Not as crisp as that other one. Oh, they actually tell you how to pronounce it. So, Leinen Kugels. Lightning Kugels. Lightning.
Oh, it does say how?
It does.
Okay.
And then it has like she could be Greek, she could be Native American. It's hard to say. Oh, hold on. Overdrive says, is it weird that I'm not easily offended? For the most part, nothing anyone says about me bothers me. You wouldn't be able to work a job like this if you wore your heart on your sleeve. If they seem visibly upset or shaken by the razzing, they'll go even harder. Myself, I joke with people, but it's never mean-spirited. No, it's not weird. I think
that's how it should be the norm.
it should be. And also, if some guy you work with who's essentially a stranger that happens to be on your shift says something, why should you put so much value on their opinion of this person you don't know that it hurts your feelings? Whereas if you have somebody you respect and they say something, maybe that's worth getting a bit shaken about. But then again, even that, you've got to take it in perspective. And oh my God, not that you do this one, Overdrive, but people quit thinking things are about you when they don't directly have your name attached to it. The bottom line, if somebody says something or posts something anywhere, and you're like, are you talking about me? No, they didn't use your name. Even if they are talking about you, they obviously didn't want you to take it to heart because they didn't put your name, either because they're cowardly or didn't want to hurt your feelings, either one. So yeah, vague booking. Fuck you, vague bookers. Welcome back, Elizabeth. Did anybody score while you were in the wee-wee? Yay.
And usually they do. They usually wait till I leave the room.
Yeah, I was going to clarify. I meant on the World Cup, not necessarily in the bathroom with some kind of weird sex hookup.
Well, you know.
Well, it is New York. Yeah, there's always someone. There's always a line. Oh, the line.
One thing.
Always watching you, Wazowski.
Thunderheart. I want to
love
address that. Thunderheart says the thing that offends me above all is when people get offended on my behalf. Now, Thunderheart, keep in mind, we don't know if
Isn't that
you're
annoying?
male, female, gay, straight, black, white.
Don't really care.
We know you're on the autistic spectrum, and we don't care. You can tell us, and that's fine. It gives us something else to relate to you better or make fun of in the right moments. But yes, if you watch us on Monday nights when Ed is on, Ed's black, in case anybody couldn't tell by watching the show.
Yes.
But he constantly goes on about that, going, quit getting pissed off for my sake. If I want to get pissed off, I'll get pissed off. Really? Did you not hear any of that, Thunderheart? Or did just the video freeze in the voice? I'll wait for Thunderheart. God damn it. Okay, I have to re-rant. Sorry, guys. Okay, Thunderheart, right after you said people who get offended on my behalf. Yes, we agree. Ed, who's with us Monday night, he's the black guy if you've watched the show, and he still is a black guy even if you haven't. He constantly goes on about quit getting pissed off on my behalf. If I want to be pissed off, I'll be pissed off. Other than, don't stand up for me when I didn't ask you to. I'll take care of this shit. So we get it, and we don't know if you're male or female, black or white, gay or straight, and we don't care unless if you want us to know. Then it's just that much more we know about you and can tease you about in the good ways. And
bless you.
White male, there you go. But yeah, don't get offended on other people's behalf. Stupid social justice.
And you know what? And this kind of goes to what we were saying before. And I'm going to use Dan's reaction to the guy that said, "Oh, don't hug me, I'm not gay." Right there, Dan made a choice to not be an asshole and to just say, "Okay, let it go," you know. And I think oftentimes we don't hear ourselves, you know. Or my problem is, I'll say my brain is going so quick. I'll say something that's funny, and then that's kind of. You know. You don't have to be offended. You know, you make a judgment call. How about maintaining peace? How about just forgiving someone? How about just not saying anything?
Well, I felt no need to jump in, try to correct his thought. It's not my right to change his mind. It's very hard to change anybody's mind without lots of discussion, and it just wasn't appropriate. It was like, okay, you said your piece. Move on. I'm not going to make you more uncomfortable.
By the way, Overdrive said, in reference to something we said earlier, exactly, I put zero value on their critique of me unless if somebody seriously says, hey, Overdrive, I'd like to tell you something about yourself that might help you down the road with people. Then I might take that criticism seriously. And then in reference to what we said after that, Overdrive says, what if I were a Amish hermaphroditic Esco midget? I tell you what, if you were,
That'd be awesome.
you could walk into a bar and be a joke all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we couldn't make the jokes, not in today's, climate,
No.
social climate, unless if you were on the show with us, then you could make it and we could just laugh with you. And yeah, Thunderheart, you're right. It's especially hard to change somebody's mind when you demonize them. That's going to make somebody defensive like that. And they're not going to listen or participate or cooperate in figuring out that they're wrong, need to shut up and do it right.
Because usually when people have a reaction like that, it's not the first time that's ever come up for them.
Right.
They've made those decisions over a process for whatever reason. And it's not just like, hey, I'm not gay. Come on, give me a hug. It's not about making somebody uncomfortable. This is not about me.
Yeah.
And those kind of things should not be about you. And don't own that. I don't own that. It's not like I walked in or thought in my mind, oh my gosh, this guy thinks I'm gay. Whatever. I couldn't care less, It was just, it was an interesting situation, I guess.
Yeah, no, I guess.
He didn't want a hug. And you gave him what he wanted. Not a hug.
Yes.
Reach
There you
around.
go. What?
It's not gay if you're on top.
What?
Yeah, it's not.
$20.
Brian Posehn says, it's not gay if you yell Slayer!
What?
Slayer.
Huh.
Well,
We're learning so much. Apparently it's not gay if the balls don't touch, which is rough if you're playing pool, to be honest. Yeah, it's it's no way you're going to win. By the way, John said in reference to the what if I was an Amish hermaphroditic Eskimo midget, Overdrive clarified I'm just a run-of-the-mill white dude. And John, when I mentioned he'd be a joke all by himself if he walks into a bar, John said not if he can't reach the doorknob. That's good
If he
stuff.
were hermaphrodite, Eskimo, blah, 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 he would be getting government loans like crazy.
You'd have your own reality show.
yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Or porn channel, one of the two.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Life is like a hermaphrodite. You never know what you're gonna get.
Unless it's your second time through. Then you're
Then you know.
Then you're paying a second time because you like it. Okay.
Just to make
Variety
sure.
is the spice of life. Okay, moving on. Next
Now,
comment. There you
actually,
go.
did you guys have a chance to comment on the one thing at a time, don't get overwhelmed, one step at a time? We all had our chances. Okay.
I'm good.
Elizabeth was like, don't talk to me, I got a game.
I don't want to be
I
overwhelmed.
just said poor elephant.
It'd be a lot easier if life stopped interfering with my plans.
Yeah. Like masturbation. Small achievements. Oh, not like masturbation. Relating to the previous chapter, small achievements are awesome. Allow yourself to appreciate and even reward yourself for them. If you have to clean your whole house, it can be a daunting task. But if you start in one room, it isn't quite as bad. Or start with one task in one room. Maybe it's make the bed, do the dishes, or pick up anything on the floor. It's easy to do one small task, and when you finish, you can go on to the next task. Appreciate yourself when you have a small achievement. Let yourself feel good. And even reward yourself for it on occasion. The real secret is that in a series of small achievements leads to a huge achievement. And this relates back to what Daniel was talking about with the breaking a project down into smaller steps.
I'm a horribly chaotic woodworker. So my shop is nothing seems to be in the place it belongs. But I let my dog, when I let my dog outside, I go through my shop. And I tell myself every time I walk in there to let him out or to let him back in, 2 things need to be put away. So I'll hang that tool back up, put that back in the drawer, come back to get him in, do that. And it's less overwhelming to me than walking into the shop going, okay, I have 5 projects going. I need to, that one, and that one are done, so I need to put everything away. I don't like doing that. So
it's the 20th time you push your dog out the door.
Poor dog.
that's the problem, is the 20th time I push the dog out the door.
Okay, let me explain.
Just so you can get stuff done.
It'll be much funnier to me. Yeah, if you only put 2 tools away when you let your dog out, so to get the whole shop clean, you keep on pushing him out to go pee. Like, drink some more.
Yeah, there is that.
Get out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thunderheart says, my internet keeps crapping out. Gonna restart my computer. Restart your router and modem also. We'll see you in a minute.
My Twitch connection keeps freezing. Chat will go by, but not the video. It's been dead for quite some time.
I always just pause the video so I don't even have to worry about it. Chat's the only thing I worry about.
That's probably true.
As for how do I eat an elephant? 2 hands, big boy.
With a spoon.
No.
Oh, that's good coffee.
I need coffee.
Death Wish coffee.
I just need coffee.
Not a sponsor.
Hmm. Are we filming? Looking for something else? Okay.
No, well, I am.
Sugar-free pudding.
I'm working while we do this because I'm making hours City Defenders T-shirts for my merch store, and now I'm trying to get the button so when people they can click on the button and buy these T-shirts.
You figure it out?
No.
Okay.
I'm at the button thing. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Basically, you're just going to create a new thing below a new, what are they calling them down here? Panels. So you click Edit Panels, add a panel, you add the picture to it, and you link it.
Who do you guys use for your merch? Just curious.
I'm going to be using Twitch because it's right there, and why not?
That would be
Stream. No, for who manufactures this stuff? Is it Twitch?
No.
They have things, I don't know.
The store isn't even Twitch's store. It's Streamlabs.
Oh, sorry.
Now, who they go through, we don't know because we're going through them. Beyond that, it's Cafe Press, which, again, I'm guessing outsources every damn thing. They're middlemen.
Until Travis's brother gets his set up because he does stuff. We may be talking to him about doing things.
I use a company called Threadless.
Mm-hmm.
They're so easy to handle. I mean, I will do a design, upload it. What I like is I can design my own shirts, upload them, and then buy it as a product sample. So a T-shirt costs me $10, so I get brand new T-shirts with whatever I want on them for like $10. So
nice.
It's nice.
How big is that?
What are you talking about? The elephant?
No, the Streamlab alerts that doesn't seem to be working. Andrew, can you do me a favor and just throw 5 bits and let me see if this thing goes off in my face or not?
Okay.
That's funny because that's what he said to me last time I was there.
Here we go.
No. The emote explosion went off, but the Streamlab alert is not.
Oh, with the videos and stuff?
Uh-huh.
I gotcha.
At least it's not showing on OBS. Anyhow, figure it out later. 10. Lists. See, I love lists. I'm a list guy. And I incorporated it in this book, which is essentially a fucking list. So, got a lot to do, make a list. If it's overwhelming, seeing it all on one page, then put each task on a different page. Now break down each task. Cleaning the kitchen is more than one thing. It's dishes, wiping the counter, putting things away, doing the floors, etc. Make each item a part of your list and check it off. This will let you see that you're making progress and accomplishing things without getting overwhelmed. Lists also help you remember what's next, because it's often easy to get distracted and wander off. Speaking of which, that's just another plus for a list. It helps you focus and keep on task. And when the day is done, you have a physical record of your accomplishments.
Yay. I do that. I have lots of lists and checks. And because of gamers and things, there is an app. It's called Level Up, Life Level Up. And you could put all of your chores and things and goals for the day. And as you do them, you get points to level up. So it's kind of like a video game.
What do you get for leveling up? I mean, what does...
I don't know. I haven't really... I just got it. So I'm not sure. Okay. But you can set your own goals and your own rewards. And I know once you get so many points of things, you could level up your character. But it's interesting.
See, I saw something... I've seen it multiple times. I sound like I'm talking about my penis now. Hold on, let me rephrase this. I saw a meme or something online that says, instead of saying, on my birthday, instead of saying I'm this years old, I'm going to now say I am level whatever. So instead of saying I'm 42 years old, saying I'm level 42.
Level 42. 42 hit die.
Well, hit die a lot of people don't understand, but level, a lot of people
level up.
By the way, Overdrive says, first Overdrive mentioned Walmart. I mainly use Walmart to buy my merch. But also said, I'm no fan of lists. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy that uses mild preparation occasionally. I do my adult duties, bills, etc., but for the most part, I don't do lists or post-it notes. And if it works for you, man, absolutely. In no way are these essentials in life. They're just something...
It's just what works for different people, yeah.
Dyslexic level 24. I see what you did there.
I get it. I saw it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Dirty boy. It's yeah, but I like the idea of instead of saying, I'm 50 years old, say I'm level 50. It sounds a lot better, right? It makes you feel accomplished instead of old.
Yeah, why not?
And I think that's how age should be looked at.
Once again, my students ask, I tell them I'm 84. And they say, wow, you look so young. Oh, well, thank you. I look good, don't I? You look better than my grandma, and she's only 70. Oh, well, thank you. And then, yeah.
It's fabulous.
Actually, Overdrive, I think your comment there, Overdrive said, yeah, they can't all be winners. I think I'm dyslexic level 24. I think that was actually really clever because if any one of us weren't paying attention yesterday and whatnot.
Well, my troubles seem so far away. But now I know they're here to stay.
Fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all heard the version of that song, Leprosy? Done with the song she was just singing?
Leprosy.
Dr. Demento. Google
I'm
it.
not half the man I used to be.
That's funny.
All my parts keep falling off of me. Because I have leprosy. Yeah, God, love me some Dr. Demento.
Weird Al did
Is he still on?
No.
Oh, from Dad.
Sorry. That's it.
Where were we going there?
That's Wonder Woman.
That was her phone.
Yeah. Call from
I'm
Dad.
going.
That's funny.
Well, it's mid-soccer game, so yeah, Dad's calls. Hi, Dad.
We could just make faces the whole time. Overdrive, you start.
Oh my gosh.
She's almost laughing. Wow, I never knew it was that big.
I'm a fat boy.
That'll be the only time you hear me say that about Daniel.
Wow.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh, my.
Welcome
That's
back.
not the first time I've seen that.
How's Dad?
And, Croatia just scored another goal.
Oh.
Inga.
So not so good.
Not so good. England has not looked good for a long time. Deflated was the word we came up with. They just aren't. They started the game sharp. They scored a goal within the first 4 minutes, and then after halftime, they just, I don't know.
Like a deflating balloon.
Just like Kevin said, I'm like, ah, damn.
Hey, did you see
Game's
that?
not over.
You
We're in second overtime.
see the conspiracy thing I sent you?
Mhm.
You and Kevin? About the UK and scoring?
Yeah.
I
We'll
was
see.
I was going to post it to VIP and just tag you guys, but to save time in my life, I deleted Facebook app. I still have Messenger on my phone, but not Facebook. But within the Messenger app, when you're on your Messenger list in the upper right-hand corner there's an F for Facebook. So you can click that, it'll open in your browser, and it has limited capability. So
As it should.
yeah, well, I'm trying to go on it less and less anyway, so the limit capability only makes me that much more frustrated, so I don't use it.
I only went on Messenger for this group, and I don't like Messenger. I don't like it's very intrusive and interruptive, and it keeps popping up, and I do not like what Facebook has turned into. I never have the Facebook app, ever, ever, ever.
See, to me, the Messenger is nothing more than another text message. So I don't find it any more intrusive than somebody having my phone number who could text me.
It's always on the screen, and then when you disappear, it'll pop up again, or it's annoying. It's intrusive.
That's go in to your app settings, turn off notifications,
Mhm.
and it won't push. It won't come up. It won't turn on. It'll be there when you look at it, but it will not force itself to go, hey, there was a new message.
You talk about the little polyp that appears on the side of your screen.
Yes.
I like to think of it as a Facebook hemorrhoid.
I like to call up.
Wow.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Overdrive, listened to plenty of Dr. Demento when I was younger. Thunderheart is back, and prefer Facebook Messenger over text. Yeah, the chat heads. I think that's what's bugging her. It's basically a little number on the icon is one thing, but to have the chat heads appear on the side. Yeah, and you just turn that off, but you gotta know where to poke to find it. And Facebook is great at hiding the shit it doesn't want you to turn off. Oh, we have that feature that you could turn it off, but
You have to hunt for
Yeah,
it.
like where the hell is it?
do you want me to walk you through it?
It's under apps in your settings of your phone, not Messenger.
Yeah, it's crazy. So there's
Overdrive, I
that.
think we've mentioned this before, or it's come up before. So Overdrive says, I don't want to be the guy that says he's never had Facebook, Twitter, or any of the other ones, but I am that guy. Not that I expect a cookie, but I wouldn't turn one down. Chocolate chip, please. And I don't think you're missing a whole lot. If you're missing
That would
quantity
be
over
so
quality.
good right now.
What? No Facebook.
You know, any of these, I hate to bring it back to woodworking, but, you talk about what you know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of tools to accomplish exactly the same thing.
Right.
If you're trying to connect with your friends, you can text, you can call them on the phone. Oh, my God. Actually, there's a thing that you can voice talk to your friends. You can do stuff like this. You can text, Facebook, whatever, but none of them are better than the other one. It's all how you use it. if you're trying to use a screwdriver as a chisel, that's wrong. Facebook, I think, when it first came out, it was an amazing piece of equipment that turned to delivering nothing but shit. And, I've connected with a lot of friends. I ignore all the other crap. If somebody does nothing but post memes and share, I'll stop following them. Because I don't want to see what somebody else said.
Unless they're puns, I'll keep following them with their puns. Yeah. Which is the
because it's very punny.
It is. And I'm up to the punishment. Overdrive, not my cup of tea. I'm not condemning those that use those services by any means. And Thunderheart says, I only got Facebook to talk to people in the Tuesday group. Here's the bottom line. A tool is only as good as its user. That's really the bottom line. And any tool that is overused, you lose a certain skill set. You lose the basics because you rely on a tool. And that especially goes for social media. And this is also such a time burner and a focus burner and pulling away from your accomplishments or your interaction. There's a reason I uninstalled the Facebook app. There's a reason I don't go on it much. And there's a reason I turn my notifications off and my sounds off and close the tabs during the show. Because this has so much more quality over the quantity there. The only reason I keep Facebook at this point in time is to help advertise this show. Not even for my writing stuff. As a writer, there's other ways I can get the message out there. Google AdWords, Kindle advertisements, etc. But yeah, it's because of this show. And you can ask Andrea and Elizabeth, since they have been on, I have been trying to lessen and lighten the load that is on Facebook and find other ways to do the same thing without relying on Facebook.
Yep. Because Facebook is it's a time sucker.
It's the devil. Bless his little heart.
Bobby Boucher.
Satan book.
That's right.
It's developed by
Mark Satanberg.
That's right. It's I have seen people put up like the ad of Facebook, and it's got the book from Evil Dead 2 with the little face on the front. And I'm like, that's very appropriate and hilarious. Well done. I can go with that.
It's addictive as cigarettes, they say now. Not like the chemical that
oh, yeah. Well, I think it is kind of like a chemical because the brain reaction. People need that approval or that whatever they get from it.
I have
pleasure. Endorphins.
Exactly. All those.
Yeah.
It's why they call it dope.
I have read scientific articles talking about 100 years ago, before TV was out, and radio was becoming big. It allowed your brain to pull in more information quicker. And you could just, when you ran out of one information, flip to a different channel, get more. When TV came out, it's kind of like...
Video killed the radio star.
Well, this is even before video, just TV. Your brain was able to pull in more information even quicker. Then cable hit. And now we're getting more frame rates per second, but brain frame rate. Anyhow. And now with the internet, with our scrolling feeds, we are constantly getting new information, which, by the way, biologically, the human brain craves input. And it does set off these triggers that we already talked about. Yeah, exactly. It's more stimulation, more input, more information, because it's how we survive in our environment, by having more information about it. But now with these technologies, we're actually cutting off our information from the outside with this false information. And not even saying fake news, just saying if you walk outside your door, you're not going to get hit by a post from Facebook and be killed by it.
I don't know.
Elizabeth is squeezing her dicks.
People got killed by Pokemon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Walking right out into traffic, going over bridges.
They did not get killed by Pokemon. They got killed because they were stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it happens. Seems like more and more nowadays, but
Here's to stupid people dying and clearing jobs for us.
they're here.
Cleaning up the gene pool.
That's right.
It may not be happening more and more. We're just noticing it because technology.
Yeah, well, by the way, Thunderheart says technology is evolving faster than biology, and they got killed because they don't pay attention to their surroundings. Overdrive adds in, so users seek adulation from the masses to feed the ego. Would you say that might summarize some of the Facebook craze? Absolutely. It's like
I got so many likes. Ooh, yay! I'm a winner. That kind of crap. It's. Sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
you're okay. You're right, though.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like the neighborhood gossip in the olden days. People on Facebook can stir drama that's not even related to them in the least, but they can get in there and stir it up and create a false sense of excitement and purpose in their life. In addition to exactly what you were just saying, where, hey, I got so many likes or responses. And yeah, yeah. So, yes, Overdrive. The answer is yes. And this, I really just want to rant, and I know you guys could.
I want to rant. I want to rant.
Can you do
Okay.
the orgasm song? We're not gonna fake it.
No woman.
So Travis, rant away. We'll give you a minute.
No,
Go.
it's one of those things. Just the whole thing of living your life through electronic means instead of interacting on some sort of.
we say as we're all sitting there talking to each other via electronic means.
But we're interacting
Face to face.
Technology isn't all that bad because we have this. Otherwise, we probably would have never met you.
This is a bridge.
Or half
This
the
is
people.
a tool. Facebook is a wall and a mask to hide behind.
Yeah, I agree.
And, Andre sees sides of me that you guys don't get to, and which is horrible for her, because theoretically she should be the one that, sees the best of me, but as a couple,
I see that too.
the other half gets to see the worst of me more often than anybody else ever will.
Yeah.
So, are they lining up to kick something? Is there a ball on the field?
No, I'm just trying to send them good vibes.
Oh.
They're gonna blow.
Are you drinking a Polish beer?
No, I'm drinking American. Actually, I'm drinking water.
Okay, you know what? I can go with Overdrive. I'm only human, and of course hearing the occasional compliment is pleasant. But the thought of fake praise from the multitude is nauseating. Yeah, it's...
Agreed.
It's... And again, I want to relate it to this show, what I do. I love it when I get a sincere compliment, whether it's about my writing or this, or I'm sure Daniel with his wood products. But when I have a large amount of people praising it, especially when it's kind of the same 7 words said over and over in a different order, it has no meaning, and it actually makes me roll my eyes and go, yeah, sure. Not really buying it. You want something now. It's not genuine.
Because with podcasting, I have my show, and I'll get emails from time to time, and be people praising or constructive criticism. Hey, have you thought about this? Whatever. I prize those singular emails. An audience member reaching out more than I do the thousands and thousands of downloads.
Right.
Those are nice. People are out there listening, but that person took a piece of their day to reach out to me, good or bad, and I much prefer that. Exactly. You know, and those compliments, I really are so much more to me.
In a related thread, so I was talking to Kennedy, and Kennedy's going to join us for one of the games on Andrea's channel. And Kennedy made a suggestion for Talk of the Tavern regarding author guests. And this is, like I said, related, but not directly the same thing. And he said, hey, have you ever thought about, with your author guests, maybe trying to get a free copy of the book a couple weeks or a couple months ahead of time so your audience can read it, so everybody's read the book of this author you're going to have on, so they can ask them questions. And, by the way, it's a great idea. But I had to gently explain to Kennedy, I used to do that back when we were Sounds of Steam, before we changed back to Talk of the Tavern. And what would happen is me and my co-host would just muscle our way through whatever book for whatever guest we're going to have on. We'd have it available for our audience, and nobody would read it. They'd still come on and listen. Or even worse, they would avoid the show because they didn't read the book. So we would lose audience members who felt guilty. And nobody would have read the book except for my co-host and I. And what I found is I'm doing a bunch of extra work for everybody that nobody is using. It's a wasted effort.
Yeah.
But I love the idea.
Yeah, it would be nice, but if you're shipping out books physically, I mean, that's money out of their pocket.
No. It was electronic,
if it's
yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, for the reasons I agree, for the reasons you mentioned, that, you know, it's fun to just ask questions sometimes. If you read the book, then chances are you know a lot of the answers. Right. But there might be questions that if somebody didn't read the book, they're not going to get. So it's kind of nice just to introduce these people.
My thought is, if they're a fan, they'll have already read the book. And if they're not a fan, then here's your chance for that author to make new fans, who will then go buy the book. Yeah. And leave it at that. I'm not going to. And also, that's when I was doing it once a week. Now I'm doing it 4 times a week. Oh, no. It's kind of like people like, oh, do you have an event page on Facebook for it? No, I don't.
No.
You know, somebody like...
Here's the website. Here's the newsletter.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, look at what they're going into over here. Overdrive and Thunderheart.
They're just enjoying themselves.
No. They're talking about very valid things here. When being anonymous, of course, you'll get the despicable, the trolls, and the like, but you'll also occasionally get the genuine opinions and thoughts instead of the mass regurgitation of self-censoring types. I guess I should have prefaced that comment with Facebook and anonymous social media. We got it. And Thunderheart agrees, saying it only provides nasty trolling as well as brutal honesty. Double-edged sword, you have to use it right. So, I like trolls. Because trolls, the right kind of trolling, Thunderheart Overdrive, you guys could troll me anytime because you're going to come in here with an intelligent trolling. Whether that means it's witty and sarcastic or whether it means it's thought-provoking or some both. Now, if you just come trolling here going, like some of the names we've seen, there's been very few names I have banned, but there are
but there's some. Yeah.
And they probably feel a feeling of self-confidence that you've banned them.
Right. Well, they didn't even have to speak when I just saw the name, and it was basically when you read it fast, it says, I love raping kids. You know, I'm not even
like sure. That's a no.
There was like Nagger Jew hater or something like that that I banned. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not even going to give you a chance to speak. We're done.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
you're muted, just so you know, in case you try to.
Not.
Oh, okay, just check.
She's like, no.
Maybe he loved rapping kids. It just
couldn't spell it right.
No, it was I love _RAY _ping_kids.
And we just gave him far more recognition than he ever deserved.
Hey, you know what? The way he put the name together was cleverly done. Because you don't catch it at first glance. But that doesn't mean I want that. I'm all for bad humor, but not that level. No. By the way, Overdrive says, I don't troll. I just say a few ridiculously stupid things for laughs that never come. You're getting him here. I'm so sorry. We're doing this wrong. See, there was once a dude in a chat room named Digger Nick. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff where... Yeah.
That's not funny.
No, it is. It's just like if you watch the South Park episode where he's on Wheel of Fortune, and the puzzle is somebody nobody likes, and it's N blank GGER. And he's like, and they're like, just say it.
I knew it, but I can't say it.
Right. Which we're not going to say it on air because some people get in trouble.
A nagger?
That was the correct answer, but not the answer the character shouted out. Nagger.
Of course.
So and, yeah, cleverly done. Some people hate South Park.
I remember going to the South Park movie when it first came out and just cracking my ass up. It made me laugh. The original...
Cracking your ass up?
Yeah, cracking up, laughing, jokes, enjoying the comedy.
Ass.
Well, you just get your mind away from my ass.
I
told you you got one shot and that was it.
Yeah, but $20 is $20.
Well, it was, but I don't need to repeat myself. Exactly. He illustrated so he would have it around forever. The only people who hate South Park are groups who were lampooned by South Park.
Everybody
I would love to be lampooned by South
Park. By South Park.
They need to do that to Talk of the Tavern. That would be fabulous.
Yeah, Thunderheart says, nice ass, by the way. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
You've made my day. Yeah.
Can I put a name tag on?
With an arrow. It says Dan's ass. Yeah, you sure can. I got no pride that would get in the way of that.
Did you break your ass?
You know what? My wife often says that I have no ass. I just am one.
Did you take your pill? No ass at all?
Okay, we got 15 minutes till break if somebody needs one. Okay, let's read another thing from here and get back a little bit on topic. Then we'll come back and wander off topic for, as long as it takes to get through this week in history.
What? That was last week.
That was 2
days ago. It's probably still going.
Good day.
Wait. Overdrive says, honestly, I don't give a shit about racist jokes or any jokes, however distasteful. People put far too much effort into being offended. Here. Make jokes about me make jokes about me about anyone. I literally don't care. People that hate other people for trivial reasons will always be there, however aberrant they may be. Yeah, I can agree with you. This is why on this show I have had a variety of co-hosts, and at different times I have had, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, transgender, gay, lesbian, etc., guests or co-hosts. And I think the heyday of that is we had myself, Andrea, so, a woman, we had a Jew, we had a Puerto Rican, we had a black guy, and a Brit, and we were broadcasting out of a cigar lounge ran by a Chinese Mexican. We could make almost any joke there was, and there was somebody there.
It was all there. It was great.
And Thunderheart says, there's a saying that if you can't follow the rules, don't enforce them on others. Ooh, I like that. I don't think I've heard that. I think it's the same with jokes. If you can't laugh at yourself, probably shouldn't. Hey, there's Kennedy. I was just talking about you earlier. In some future week in history, Croatia advanced to the World Cup finals. Any comment on that, Elizabeth, before I go on with the next thing?
Yeah, I hate to say it, and I will say it, and I hate it when the pessimists win, but Kevin was right.
Is the game over?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh.
That's what I called my dad.
Mm.
I want to interject something really quick, and this occurred to me because we were talking history this day in history. And I don't want to get off the rails here, but when people say, over the last, decade, we have to vote for this person because we can make history. Or we have to do this because we can make history. Every day you're making history. Every day. It's not like you can individually add to history. I have added to history individually. I have raised over $100,000 for polio for history. We Rotary International nearly wiped out polio off the face of the earth. That's history. This is things you can do individually. Talking to that woman on the subway. I mean, I don't know what she was going to do. Maybe she was just going to go home and drink herself, into a stupor. Maybe she was going to go home and commit suicide. Maybe she was just going to go home. But she was not the same person that I saw on the train as she was the last time I saw her in the hallway. She could be back in that stupor again, but whatever. But for that moment, I made history. And I like to share that with everyone. You can make history every moment, every day.
Relating directly to that, I saw something on Facebook today. There we go. Which said people always worry about going back in history and changing a very small thing, which creates huge ripples in the future. But
Butterfly effect.
But they don't apply that same logic to what they're doing right now. A small thing.
You were nice to that guy when he didn't want to love you.
Right, but this is what one small act now can have a huge effect in the future. And people don't live with that concept.
That's a good story.
But it also goes the opposite way. One moment of assholery can ruin that person's day. You cut somebody off in the street, and that guy now is driving, son of a bitch, and he's gonna pass that on to somebody else, and they're gonna pass that on to somebody else,
or they're gonna kill somebody, or they're gonna get home and beat their whatever. Yes, Andrea?
I just want to say the new word of the day is assholery.
Assholery. Assolation.
Assolation.
We're gonna have to make the talk of the tavern dictionary at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to spell it with a K in the middle, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because dicks.
Dick dicks are the cutest little animals in the world. They're so cute.
Gotta check.
Okay, maybe that's just me.
Oh, you're the cutest little animal in the world.
Okay.
Oh.
So, everyone, go follow my channel.
Yeah, there you go. Pimp your channel. Daniel, pimp your podcast. I know you're in chat. Drop the link. And by the way, Overdrive says, the only thing I know about soccer is that the announcer guy goes.
You need to do that until you fall on the ground.
No, I got too many brain cells left to do it till I fall on the ground.
Don't do that.
There could be a special entry for After Hours. There could be.
Do what?
I was responding to Thunderheart, asking about a special entry for After Hours.
TM, you just did it.
There you go. You're our special entry, big guy.
But if you go and look
You are, baby. You are.
on my channel right now, because I am hosting Talk of the Tavern, and click on my name, it'll pull up the banner, my profile banner, and you will see the cover for the After Hours Beach Adventure. Beach Adventure
It
issue.
reminds me of those late night, really cheesy call lines.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you should jump over to YouTube and find the video of Jim Gaffigan doing After Hours.
Oh my God! If he ever comes on, or when he comes on this show, I want him to say that. I will die.
Have you asked him?
Yes.
I haven't personally, but
Oh, I'm going to go ask him right now.
Oh
I
my God, that's
appreciate
right.
it.
You can.
Hey, you know what?
I
In
was
reference
so.
to my show and asking people, I just asked Roy Underhill,
Yeah.
the dude from the Woodwright shop. He was the curator for the Colonial Williamsburg for many years. He has a school now, and I interviewed one woodworker, and I said, "Oh, these are my two heroes, Norm Abrams, Roy Underhill." And he says, "I know Roy. You call or you email him, tell him I gave you his number or his name." And he wrote me back the next day and said, "I would be proud to be on your show." Holy crap, my idol says he would be proud to be on my show. So, fanboy. I'm trying to find a way
Yeah.
to fly out there. Maybe if I come out to see you guys, rent a car driving over to Williamsburg or wherever
No,
he happens to be.
Oh yeah, I
Huh?
was gonna say it is in
Do
Williamsburg.
you know where
Well,
he is?
I'm not certain. I haven't
Okay.
reached out to him. I kind of wanted to sync up some things a little bit. But I would love to do that in person. I don't care where he's at. If I can, if I'm going to make a trip out there to Virginia, it's like I know he's on the East Coast there somewhere, and his school is, I don't remember, but
If
it's
you
about a
used
couple
to Google.
2.5 hours. Yeah, no, I did, and I looked at
Uh-huh.
the distance from you guys or from where MarsCon is at to where he's at. It was
Uh-huh.
about 2.5 hours to his business. Whether or
Oh.
not he's going to be there during that time, that's some details. But I wanted to kind of look at that a little more and
Nice.
maybe work that out. Yep.
I'm going to invite him and his wife because she's his writing partner.
That
And
would be so hot.
Yeah.
I know
so-
she had surgery last year.
Yeah, she with something serious. But see what happens. The worst we can do is say yes.
Yeah.
See, this would be great because I'm already having all my favorite people: Brad Williams, William Kircher, Jim Gaffigan.
It'd be
I'm
fun
bored.
because they
I
can
just,
drink.
I just,
They can
I
do it
just,
at
I
home,
never
and the
heard.
kids can come running through. It'd be fabulous.
Oh.
I have never heard of Brad Williams before, and you guys
Oh.
had him on the show and stuff. I watched his special last night. I laughed my butt off.
So that
Fun-
picture is not
fun-
accurate.
Well, I put it back on. Little wood glue. You're good. Got some ass glue. But yeah, funny
Oh.
guy.
In the chat, I put a link to the Jim Gaffigan's After Hours thing. It's like 30 seconds. But this is what we are quoting all the time, so
Right.
everybody check it out. And then check out the rest of his stuff. It's great.
Here, hold on. Let me do this for you guys. One second here. We're just going to take this, put it here. Hold on a second. Let me pause this. We're going to pause this. We're going to turn that volume up. We're going to get this back here.
Uh-oh.
And we'll do this. Wow, calm yourself there, Jim. What's wrong with you? Oh my god, hold on. I'm fudging around with it. My two monitors are two different sizes, so when I take a screen from one to the other. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's reverse that back, and let's do. We got the volume up.
Are we doing it? Are we doing it?
Hold on, let me start it over. It's very quiet, so hold on.
I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Here we go. Ready? Shh. Here we go.
Push that porn on you. The poor guy just turns on the TV like, after hours. It's 9 a.m. I'm on my way to a business meeting. After hours. I'm here for my grandma's memorial. After hours. Oh, maybe after the memorial. I don't. I spend too much time in hotels.
Okay, that's it. But anyhow, there you go.
That's not the best recording of it, but that was the shortest that
No,
I could
but
put in the
it's
chat.
also probably the one that won't, because it's 30 seconds, it won't get us.
Yeah, that's so.
Okay, real quick
Yeah.
here. Overdrive says, referring to the worried about going in the past and changing the future, but not worried about your current actions changing the future. That only really applies to a person that either knows the future or it's plainly obvious that their current path is self-destructive or destructive to others. people usually, not always, try to make the best decision based on their current knowledge. We could probably debate that. I think most people I know
Okay.
don't. They make the least amount of decisions they have to, and they go with the flow. Very few people actively decide their actions. They react. Mm-hmm.
I think people, you're talking about current knowledge. People will often gather knowledge until it agrees with their point of view. They will not go past that. And it's like, oh, okay, well, these points confirm what I'm thinking. We're done. We won't go past that. Whereas was real thinking people, they'll look at all of that and they'll question their judgment, and sometimes they'll make decisions based on that. And I think I like these people a lot more personally.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here because, as Overdrive pointed out, Andrea wants a pee break.
Okay. I want to talk with you during the break, real quick.
It will still be heard by everybody.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Here, hold on, let me do this. Okay, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Give me a second there, Elizabeth. Okay, I'm going to bring us back early because there's a couple of comments here. Thunderheart, are you still gone or have you come back? Which I find it's funny that you're like, I want to do something with their cats. And then Overdrive's like, I'm not much of a cat guy. I don't dislike them, just prefer dogs. And then Thunderheart's like, I got to go do something with my dog. Creepy. Now, it's, in Overdrive, I'm going to welcome back Thunderheart. We're just talking about the things that you do to your dog when you leave the screen. And Overdrive, I'm going to get to your comment in just a moment because we were talking about that with Elizabeth just last night. I want to give her a chance to get back here before I address that. And Overdrive, I'm the same way, but with dogs. I'm not a dog guy. I like them. I just don't want one. I like other people's dogs. And I'm a cat guy. So, where's Elizabeth?
I'm trying to adjust this. Can you hear me?
Yes, your sound is just not as clear and clean as it was before.
Okay.
It's slightly more hollow or boxy or distant or some combination thereof.
I'm trying to work it out because so I can move around without having the cord attached.
Right.
Okay.
Check your Skype settings. Make sure your microphone setting is all the way up.
Okay.
Okay.
It is all the way up.
Oh, man.
Does that sound bad?
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the link that Thunderheart posted to the picture of the official Fun versus Effort graph of pets. And yeah, it's very fitting. And what made me say,
Hi, Toey.
is babies are on the chart. Toey! And pretty much right there, Overdrive, about the preferences and rotten dog hater. That's what some people take when you're like, I don't necessarily hate them, I just don't like them. They're like, oh, you hate them? It's like, no, I just don't want one around in my house. Oh, good. Here's Elizabeth. Mm-hmm.
I like other people's dogs because they're a lot of work. That's why I don't want children. Too much work.
So, she got her earphones in yet? Elizabeth, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me? Elizabeth.
We're waiting.
Elizabeth.
Come on.
Elizabeth.
Who's a good girl?
Elizabeth.
There she is.
Oh, hi. We missed you.
And of course, I know you're playing Overdrive. So, Elizabeth, somebody, Overdrive just commented, and enjoy this, but I'm wondering if more or most people are cat people. If so, do cats rule us via toxoplasmosis? Meaning, in reality, does toxoplasmosis rule us, or at least have altered our behavior to keep cats in close proximity so as to continue its own life cycle?
Interesting.
Now, the great thing is, we were having this conversation last night after the show, or Monday night after the show? No, yesterday after the show. And
I thought it was on this show.
Was it on the show yesterday? Because Overdrive was there yesterday. I don't remember when the hell we were talking about it. Damn. Anybody remember clearly?
Does it matter?
Well, I'm just assuming that Overdrive, because Google heard us talking about it and made Overdrive ask us the question.
Overdrive, you need to go read that book, The Lion in the Living Room. And it was written by a science writer, and I cannot remember her name.
Aslan.
And I'm not sure. And she wrote an interesting book and did a lot of research and poses some questions out there. Toxoplasmosis does change behavior in animals, and just about every mammal on the planet, they found it, not every single mammal, but within these populations, they have found toxoplasmosis in their blood, and it affects their behavior, those who have it. It was striking to me that blue whales will have it, and that even otters, and the behavior that was demonstrated by the otters was they were less inclined to flee from great white sharks. So it's definitely affecting populations. Rats and mice will not run from cats. But also, on the other hand, expected behavior, we expect cats to keep rodent populations at bay in cities. And that was one even the theories on the Black Plague, why there's so many killings of cats because of witchcraft that the rats grew. And cats really don't affect the populations of rats. They kind of just exist next to them. That's nice.
Maybe in cities, but not so much in the country, because cats are effective for keeping down rodent populations in barns and whatnot.
Well, that's why we have them there, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess just in
They
cities.
say a terrier is better at doing it than a cat.
I can believe that, because they're bred for hunting.
Cats are very good about wiping out nature. Squirrels, birds. Just wiping them out. Just eating, killing everything. And not even killing them and eating them, just killing them.
A few comments here. Toei had weather problems. We understand if you disappear abruptly, but we hope you get to stick around. Kennedy says totally unrelated, but HTTPS uses port 443 as the default. And then adds a random 0 in a comment down the way. Black Panther.
Oh, shit.
Kennedy is all just like random. Did you see the one I just sent? Speaking of toxoplasmosis.
And the author repeatedly, she got tested for it because she was convinced, because she's an avid cat lover. She was convinced she had it, and the first test came back negative, so she was tested again, and she still doesn't have it. She can't believe how much she loves cats.
She's over there scooping the cat box with her bare hands and licking her fingers afterwards to get it. It's,
do it, man.
So I was watching one of my cats take a whiz yesterday, like you do, because
it's good to have hobbies.
Well, we were bonding. I was taking care of business, and so is she. So fucking hilarious, because she like pees, and it's foaming and it's sinking into the cat litter, and she's like staring at it, like she's standing beside it after going, and she's staring at it, waiting for the fizz to go down, and then she goes to bury it, and she digs all the way to the bottom of the cat box, totally missing the urine circle. And then finally she does get it covered after she repositions like 2 or 3 times and covers it. And then she turns around and shits right on top of exactly where she just pissed. And I'm like,
what did I miss?
Who knew?
Damn.
Yeah, well, I wonder if she does.
I don't think I could do that.
And you're sitting in one spot.
That's quite an assumption.
My headphones died, and I come back, and here she pissed in a circle, covered it up, and shit on it. What the hell?
Did you say your cat almost died?
What? No. My headphones died.
The other one. Mic for me. Change your mic to that one, please.
You're not even using the headset mic. No.
I know that look.
The current science says that toxoplasmosis is essentially harmless to humans, but there are visible effects on the brain scans because they either die or lay dormant. I personally think that there hasn't been enough credible research, to formulate a definitive opinion. However, like Elizabeth mentioned, it's been noted that nearly every organism exposed exhibits certain behavior-altering traits. Yes?
That's somewhat true according to this book. I may not remember all this correctly, but they have not gotten to the point that they have said toxoplasmosis affects people who have schizophrenia. Like, there's no correlation yet, but more people who have schizophrenia have cats that don't. Like, significantly more.
Does that mean cats create schizophrenia, or schizophrenia makes you want cats? Chicken or the egg? It's because we don't know what you're talking about.
One day. No. One day.
There's a reason why they came up with the phrase "crazy cat person," right?
Because they met me.
Oh, I'm not going to judge.
Don't you judge me?
So.
Yes.
Hey, that's working.
Is that?
Yes.
Is that working?
Better.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Kennedy.
Mhm.
He says, I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I.
No, you're not. Yes, I am. Who knows?
They don't. Next time people ask me who they are, I could just say my other personalities.
My favorite households have both cats and dogs because it just seems to they play so well together, and then they entertain each other too. So
Repeat the opening phrase of that thought.
my favorite households.
Okay, thank you. I was still stuck on schizophrenics, and I was looking at Daniel's thing when you said it, so I'm like, your favorite schizophrenics have cats and dogs? So yeah, now it's clarified. Thank you.
Well, maybe the case too.
No one will mention on air.
Won't mention what? Challenge
Schizophrenic.
accepted.
Challenge
Schizophrenics.
accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Well,
That is not one of my myriad of medical and mental health problems.
Overdrive, you could be right. And maybe time will tell. But maybe it won't. Because cats. So, number 11. Celebrate small moments. So this is kind of like small achievements I mentioned before, but different. This is not about achievements, but about life. Enjoy and celebrate the small things in life. This is living every candy bar or soda commercial you've ever seen. Take time to savor life. Watching a movie with a friend, make sure to pause and realize how nice it is. Having a delicious snack or meal, slow down and cherish it. Is the weather nice? Pause and breathe deeply for a few moments. If you can enjoy the small things in life, it makes all the difference. You just snorted a line of Coke during the, breathe deeply part.
So, like, the soda commercial, like the one where Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire?
That wasn't in the commercial, that was real life.
I celebrated that moment.
Hold on, I gotta pet a cat. Toxoplasma sniffer ass.
I think like your comment or your quote there, I think people expect huge explosion of happiness moments. Oh my gosh, I won number one, you fill in the blanks, it doesn't matter. But if you can celebrate those small ones, you get to celebrate every day, many times a day. If you wait till there's some huge epic achievement, yeah, you get maybe 2 of those, 3 of those in your life if you're lucky.
Correct.
And if you beat yourself up because you didn't get those, you need to look at those little moments.
And by the way, Thunderheart is echoing your sentiments and says if you don't celebrate the small moments, you'll never enjoy anything because the big things don't happen much. And
Right.
Overdrive says I'm not petting that cat of my own free volition. I don't know what you're talking about. Just saying.
I'm just obeying orders.
She's
Aw.
terrified. She hates this. She's our little cowardly one. She's always nervous, big anime eyes, constantly looking like a deer in the headlights as I go barreling across a field at 90 miles per hour at 3 in the morning. So
We've all got stories.
and some of us have a record from them. Elizabeth, any thoughts on enjoying small moments in life? I didn't want to say small things and totally open.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments, especially when I'm overwhelmed or at work or whatever, I like to have a hot cup of tea and something about holding a saucer, tea, and a cup, and just, it's a moment. And usually I can generally find a person at work who will share a cup with me. It takes me 5 minutes, 10, no longer than a cigarette break.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a moment of pleasure, a breath, just something you can count on. You know, is delicious.
What's right there? What's
He's
delicious? He's like, the hell of this. I'm out of here. $20 is $20. Come on, man.
Are you eating cat treats, Andrea? Is that what you've been eating for the past 5 minutes?
Enjoy the small things. No, I'm trying to get the cat.
My other cat.
I share it with them. I bring them a cup of tea, and I figure out how they like it, and then I got tea time. Right around 3.
What about
I was going to say this cat does not respond to anything on a screen. My other cat will bat at the birds on the screen, and he'll react to the screen. But not that one.
It's like being told what to do.
Overdrive says, enjoy the small moments, like realizing there's actually shit paper in the porta potty, and that you're only using out of sheer desperation. Are you like listening to us in the porta potty, dude? And I'm not complaining. I'm just wondering how it amplifies the sound so other people can hear.
I have a certain joy that I have whenever I use a porta potty, and that's if the little poop pyramid does not touch my testicles. It's a treasured moment.
I like the word poop pyramid. Poop pyramid.
The poop pyramid, yeah.
It does make me wonder how low your testicles hang, just in general, on the average.
You know what? When you get to be my age, you dip the water every now and then, and yeah, it's a sad part of growing old. Thank you for pulling that out of me, and now everybody knows my balls are hanging to my thighs. That's what she
said.
I guarantee you, she has never said that. Yeah, exactly.
So,
the train has crashed to the side of the tunnel, off the rails. When I was in Japan, at the dojo studying, they had all the student finjos, which you had to squat. And then the Westerners had made an American one, a Western, where it was a toilet, but it wasn't flushable, it was just potty. And Sensei was very hesitant to spend money and have the poo guy come and remove all the poo, and he'd go as long as he possibly could. And when you said poo pyramid, Dan, it literally was above the rim of the toilet. Literally.
We all need more of that.
I remember, because at the time I was reading Lord of the Rings, and I opened it and I said, "The Eye of Sauron."
My precious.
Overdrive, I am so with you. Overdrive says, see how fast we can go from Masterpiece Theater to Jerry Springer. It's just a click of a button. One click away.
Were we ever actually at Masterpiece Theater level?
Yes.
Awesome.
The briefest of moments as we offered wisdom and caring advice and love to the world. And then we moved to Poo Pyramid. Oh, Bob is back.
Poo Pyramid!
By the way, in relation to your teacup thing, I find cigars to be very similar. Now, they're a longer moment. They're not necessarily a 5 or 10 minute thing, but they are a 45-minute to an hour thing. That it is just a lovely moment to sit back, relax, reflect, or share with somebody else. And I don't even, you see, Bob, being back, says Jerry Springer is the best midgets. It's like we were playing, what's that word thing where you fill in the blank and then you read it out? Mad Lib. It's like we're playing Mad Libs with Bob here. He just gave us a word and put it in the middle of a sentence. Springer is the best midgets with big ankles.
Those are cankles.
It's like Bob has word salad going on here.
No, I saw his
ankle. He seems to be enjoying these small moments. No, but what you said about taking a moment and pulling yourself out of your day, having a cigar, having a drink, having some tea, whatever it is you do, these little celebrations or these moments to kind of step back, take a breath, are important. at the end of my night, my depression and problems gather heavily at night because it's quiet. There's not stuff going on, so I'm living more inside my head. Well, every day I'll go out, hang out in my hot tub, watch some stupid YouTube or Netflix or something, have a drink, or have a nice beer, and then I'm ready to go and face my night and go to sleep. And it's a nice routine. But take those moments.
Routine.
Find it. Find something. Yeah.
Routine helps a lot. Especially, and this is so important nowadays since the advent of smartphones that everybody has in their pocket. Shutting down your electronics or not using them in the first and the last hour of your day. Let yourself wake up without them and let yourself go to sleep without them. Because first of all, there's a certain spectrum of light that comes off these devices that help keep you awake. And they now have filters built into the phones that you could turn on. The blue light filter or some shit like that. What's it called? Anybody? Yeah, blue light filter.
It's got a blue light filter.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day when telephones, the old dial, I don't know if you're older than that, but telephones. And my parents always said, 9 o'clock, you do not call anybody after 9 o'clock.
Right.
I'll get texts and phone calls at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Granted, some people are in different time zones. I get that, but you should do that. It's not like, I'm going to text you at midnight when I'm just getting ready for bed because it's 3 o'clock in the morning for you. And my kids don't understand that. My daughter will be on the phone at midnight, and it's like, well, we just don't do that. Come on, it's not polite. And yeah, I think it's a lost time now, the constant contact.
It is, and this is why we silence our phones at night so we don't get bothered by these people. And it's the same thing here. If I get up at 9 in the morning and I'm like, oh, hold on, let me send Daniel a message. Sometimes it just doesn't even register that it's 6 a.m. there. And by the way, a few comments here. Kennedy posted on Facebook that I happened to have a killed on yesterday, which I know he meant killed because I saw the post, but he said killed on yesterday and was wearing romance books, socks, and apparently made somebody's entire day. Yes, I saw that, and I had no idea what romance book socks were, or even romance boot socks. I don't. And by the way, Bob says, how can I get my pre-sleep porn if I shut down my electronics? I need my porn with my wet dry vac with wax lip attachment. Bob, that's a fine question, and really I feel like if masturbating puts you to sleep, this could be the exception to the rule. There's always an exception to the rule. And
yeah, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, it's especially with the wet dry vac, there's like no cleanup afterwards. So yeah, you're fine. Go ahead and just pull your own chain and have it sucked down by that greedy, naughty vacuum. And by the way, Overdrive did suggest to Bob, when he asked how do I get my pre-sleep porn if I shut down electronics, Overdrive said pop-up books.
Doesn't anybody still get porn mags anymore?
No.
Is it just me?
Yeah.
Truckers do.
I haven't seen your porn mags. Where are you getting them from?
From you?
The mail? There's this saying online.
Yeah, I order them from my phone right before going to sleep. Hey, you're welcome, Bob. I totally understand, man. It's but yeah, it's a large part of my life, meaning the part when I was single. Oh yeah, masturbation, like right to sleep afterwards. It was a great release those endorphins off. So
Just like a guy.
yeah.
Just remember to cover up before you fall asleep.
Why?
It's not just guys. It's not just for guys.
That's right.
Masturbation
Equal
is not
opportunity.
just for guys anymore.
Masturbating Travis is not just for guys anymore.
But Travis is like way down. No, he's way down here. Hang on. Ah, can't reach. Sorry, man.
That water is cold and deep.
And deep.
Like
Today it's so
butter.
easy to find boobs. This Kennedy, I have that.
Boobs.
Some of the cigar groups I'm in, they'll constantly post pictures of boobs or little porn clips, and I'm like, guys, do you realize I have Google also, and I don't need you to post? And what's not even good porn? The really
No,
good
it's
shit
not.
that I wouldn't look up, that's different. Like there's this one video we sent Elizabeth. It starts with a clip from Rocky.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was, ow.
Yeah, that came from there.
That was painful.
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm okay receiving, just because I'm like, yeah, I would have never found this on my own.
Yeah, you are.
I would have never
Is he
found
good at
that.
receiving, Andrew?
Hmm?
Is he
Was he
good
good at receiving?
Oh my.
I'm a giver.
Right.
Please
I bet.
ignore the girlish giggle after I say that. Welcome back, Thunderheart. Didn't you show up in the nick of time?
Thunderheart.
Overdrive says, guys in our teenage years beat that thing like it owed us money 5 times a day on a good day.
Okay.
Only 5?
I don't know.
Oh. You never beat your thing 5 times a day, Elizabeth?
There are days when the
There
writing
is.
is good. When the writing is good.
My record is 6.
I'm not kidding. I don't think I've ever counted. I don't think
Is this one of the Masterpiece Theater moments?
Master something.
Masturbate Theater. This is all for you listeners. This is all for the listeners, and education.
Hit that share button. Bring people over.
Not my parents.
Hold on, guys.
Not your parents.
In the middle of all this, Bob has sent a message. And it says the ladies look especially hot today.
Yeah. It is summertime.
But we do.
And then go ahead over to my channel and follow it, and you can see us again, all up again tomorrow.
In swimsuits.
With butter. All right. What time is that tomorrow again?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
It's after hours.
Bob says beating the bald bishop should not be more than 3 times per day, and Kennedy said she was a masterpiece of ass.
Who was?
Welcome to Talk of the Tavern, 3rd hour, TM.
After hours.
There you go.
I don't have that swimsuit. I apologize.
Not in that color, I know. It's okay.
I know.
I don't have that either.
I thought I had a bikini. I don't have it. All I have is my Speedo. So.
Yeah, you do. That's okay. Just wear your Speedo.
Wear the parka.
Maybe I'll wear my water polo hockey gear.
I'll go topless if you guys will.
It'll be a surprise.
Not on Twitch, we won't.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but my camera will be just here.
Yeah, I was going to say just about here.
That would be awesome, everybody.
We could do a whole nude episode. We just have to make sure those cameras are... Yeah.
And when you go for a drink, be very, very careful.
Slide sideways out of your chair.
Ooh. Okay, we have a topic here.
Oh, God.
Overdrive says, the teenage years are especially troublesome. My ex-wife reached a point where she'd no longer do my son's laundry for that very reason. Sorry, son. LOL.
Buy that boy some tissues or something.
No, teach him to do his own damn laundry. 9 years old, my kid was doing his own laundry. Because I'm like, nope.
Yeah, when my son turned 9, I went, come here. Learn how to use it. Stand there while I show you. And then a few months later, now I'll stand here while you do it. And
You're talking about laundry or masturbating?
You know what? Don't interrupt when I'm in the middle of
a little bit both.
So,
stand here and watch.
The show's gonna go. We're gonna get cut off any moment here.
Just get a chair with rollers. What?
So they can reach it.
Oh, it's a slide off camera.
Oh,
yeah.
Bob says that's what tube sucks are for. I think he meant socks, but he might have meant tube sucks because he did mention the wet dry vac earlier.
There you go.
Cantaloupe.
Yeah, see, I'd rather use a sock because it's better for the environment. If you use fabric softener, it's softer than tissues. And frankly, it doesn't stick to the tip of your dick. And then you have these like little Klingons of tissue. It's a horrible thing.
Klingons.
Next comment was...
I meant for like wiping your hands off. Anyway.
So you just spoo in your hands and then wipe your hands off?
In the shower.
You ever think bunch of crows in the yard? I hear them.
It's good for your hair.
Look at you,
it's good for your hair.
Change the
Oh,
it softens my beard once you comb the crusty remnants out. Tissues were readily available. Many options were available. I don't know why he chose his clue.
All I know is I keep thinking about chocolate chip cookies. Someone mentioned earlier.
I can make
unrelated to masturbating, I think.
Oh,
God, I hope so.
Whatever.
I don't know. I can imagine masturbating than wanting a chocolate chip cookie afterwards.
Well, bacon chocolate.
This is a little off the mark, but I'll share it with you guys. I think, because I'm working out really hard. I think I'm not eating enough calories, and that's why I'm getting very run down and not feeling well. And that thought occurred to me last night as I tried to fall asleep for 3 hours and realized I was out of melatonin. All I kept thinking about were recipes and what I was going to make. I was just so I just thought I'd throw that out there. All I want right now is chocolate chip cookies. Like, oh, God.
Bob says chocolate chip cookies sound good right now. And Overdrive says, LOL, that's the next Snuggle fabric softener commercial right there. Quote, for soft downy socks that you'll want to blow your load into, use Snuggle. End quote.
And then the little guy then the little guy goes giggles.
See, and most guys won't buy fabric softener. This will make them buy it. That's great marketing right there.
Yeah,
It has to be organic because you don't want toxicity on your pee-pee.
Why? Most of you guys act like they are toxic. Dun, dun.
Well, you guys act like they're sterile,
Yeah. I shower once a week.
Bob, the chocolate chip cookies, I'll make them when we get off of this stream. And then you follow my channel. We'll be on at 8 o'clock. I'll have chocolate chip cookies for you.
Yeah, but I won't have.
Hey, guys, talk amongst yourself. I got to get my nuts.
The crows are on the porch. He likes to feed his nuts to him.
I bet.
He's a crow whisperer. Wow,
so does anybody out there need advice? Come on, we need another subject, otherwise we're going to talk about jacking off for the next.
Please.
No, we're talking about cookies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about getting my cookies.
Cookies.
Chocolate chip.
Well, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go make dinner. Which
what do you
have?
Tacos. Tacos. That's what you kids call it these days.
Tacos and chocolate chip cookies.
How do you make your tacos, Andrea?
Well, I make the taco meat stuff, with the seasonings and stuff. But at the store, we found these little taco shells, the little soft taco shells. It's called street taco shells. They're like this big.
Yeah.
I just want to make them.
They're called straight taco?
Street taco. Street taco shells.
Street taco. Yeah, you should stay away from street tacos. I hear that.
I feel better.
Speaking of the sock.
They're
about the size of your palm.
Your nuts? Yeah, they're soft.
Talking about the taco shells, the street tacos. Elizabeth would stay away from street tacos.
Yeah, I was thinking about enchiladas last night, and I like making the sauce from scratch and this and that. And one of the advice pages, just reading, they said, don't make a big casserole dish of enchiladas. Make them one or two plate at a time. Mm-hmm. And that way you get a more authentic feel. So Okay. Because I can make pretty decent ones, but then I thought, well, I want the Mexican cheese in there and kind of start mixing it up. So I can make a mole sauce from scratch. It's pretty damn good.
That's a mole.
But I don't think I'm gonna do it too damn hot. So.
Oh, it looks like Greg
Yeah.
Chapman has agreed to be with us every Wednesday night in between July and August. In late July to August. So I think I'll tell him. Cool. We'll see
That's
you
great.
on Talk of the Tavern on Wednesday nights. Well, Wednesday afternoons here, Wednesday night in UK. Did everybody
It's
read all
Wednesday
the
night.
chocolate chip and Get Out of My Mind, Andrea? You guys read all those comments with the fish talk?
No, we were waiting for you because
Oh,
you missed
okay.
the whole
Hold
conversation.
on. Overdrive's bailing on us. Pussy.
Oh!
Overdrive says
She was
gotta
saying
go.
bye to Overdrive.
Again, sorry for bringing your once respectable program into the gutter. Have a great night. Thanks for the laughs. Dude, go to iTunes or iHeartRadio, Google Play. Pull down some of our past episodes. Download them to
They're
your
worth it.
phone and listen to them while you're out on the rig. No, man, you didn't take us anywhere except some very familiar places.
Oh, this is fun. This is like Monday nights.
Yeah. When we get a couple of us in here, this is where we end up. That's that.
Yeah. See, be sure to tell your friends, iTunes, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
What were you saying, Elizabeth?
Someone just posted on my timeline, and I don't know if this is true. I should do research, but I'm allowing it. Apparently, someone I know was in Winston-Salem, and she started asking questions. She saw this T-shirt, and it turns out the Fighting Pickles are the mascot of the University of North Carolina School of the Arts.
Uh-huh. That's fabulous.
I think I need a trip next time I'm down there.
What time is my show Thursday, Bob? It's at 8 to 10 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern.
And by the way, he asked, "What is your show?" I don't know if he meant. I don't know.
Oh, what is it? It's tabletop role play Marvel superheroes.
That's on Thursday.
And
There are other games other days.
Well, that's what he said on Thursday. So make sure you follow my channel, Bob. Somebody redeemed a dad joke.
Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, left or right? Somebody give me a left or right.
Right.
Excellent. So here's your dad joke there, Thunderheart. Milk is the fastest liquid on Earth. It's pasteurized before you even see it. You're welcome.
Oh my goodness.
The
left one was
My life.
Hmm?
I was gonna say, my life is complete now.
Yeah, it is.
I have a dad joke to pass on to my children.
A police
Hey, and if you want more, there's a book. Sorry. Go ahead.
A police officer caught two kids playing with a car battery and a firework. He charged one and let the other one off.
Oh.
Yes, and that's for sale.
Oh.
So there you go. And who just?
There you
Bob
go.
just got it. Good for you, man. Are you at work when you got it? Or did you have to?
What do you think his job is?
There we go. Daniel's got the drum roll. He's got the rim job. Shot.
That.
Shot.
That's fabulous.
Oh. Anyhow.
Shoot.
What?
I don't have any lettuce for my tacos. Damn.
No sake for your tacos.
I gotta go walk. Again.
It's past the porn store.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Other way, I don't have any cash. I gotta go to the grocery store.
I see. Someplace you can get in and out of quick and they won't chase you.
Yeah, but if I want a tattoo, it's not even 30 seconds down the block.
Are they good tattoo though?
I need another one.
Another tattoo or another beer?
I've yet to see one that I thought, oh, I need to go get one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do. I have a few. That I'm waiting
I
on.
don't need more tattoos. I just want more.
You
I'll
want?
bet you there are
Tacos, yeah.
chocolate chip tacos. They're called Choco Taco.
Yeah,
Taco
it's
tacos.
ice cream.
So there you go. It's
Yeah, that's all I want right now. Chocolate chip cookies.
but like
No, my next
Well,
next
come
tat-
on. Hmm.
What?
I was saying the next tattoo that I'm going to get on my arm is my EverQuest character and my World of Warcraft character. Nerd.
I want to get the piece on my leg finished, or at least added to. One of them. One of the three I have.
I tell you what we're gonna do though. Once we
I'll do it for you. I'll give you a free tattoo. It'll be the best free tattoo you've ever.
What are we going to do, Travis?
broadcast live from the tattoo shop.
Yeah, he's traveling right now. So right now he's not taking local appointments because he's traveling around. And as he travels, he does that.
Are we all going to get matching Talk of the Tavern logos?
No.
That was kind of quick. Okay.
Jeez.
Are we all?
I'm in.
You paying for it? Who's paying for it? Taco the Tavern.
Taco the Tavern. We should do the taco show.
It's
We should do the taco show.
It's Thunderheart. You're banned from ever posting another cum rag picture ever again. No cum t-shirts, no cum rags, no cum tissues. Damn it, man! What is wrong with you? Why would you do that to us?
What did he do?
What did he do?
You haven't watched. He's been kind enough to post links to various pictures, such as the.
I saw the
official Fun
Taco
versus Ever.
Taco.
Did you see the one with the cum t-shirt where the guy had been using the same t-shirt as his cum rag for 3 years, and his mother finally made him throw it away?
No, I don't think it came through on the chat.
It did, because that's where I clicked on it. It's a smaller link.
No.
And
No.
yes, because I clicked
Don't need
on
that.
it. Oh, don't need that. I agree with that part. Yeah.
No, I don't need that.
But yeah, and he put it on and took pictures in it before throwing it away. It's horrible. Do you want me to repost it?
Is this before or after the dad joke?
Oh, much before. This is something I didn't
Oh.
comment on because I was like, here, have it again. Let me just put it back in chat for you. Okay.
No, because I'm on.
I clicked on it.
So
No, I
Thunderheart-
clicked on that boxing video and you scarred me. I'm not
He
clicking
put
on
it
anything.
on. He
Yeah.
put it on.
Yes.
Oh.
Fine. I'm click. Oh my.
Can you imagine
Whatever.
the smell?
That
I'd
dude's-
rather not.
That dude's cum is yellow.
Well, it is
It
after
doesn't
3
bend.
years.
Protein. It's rotting.
Dude, people are
I would have
sick.
kicked him out of the house. Be like, no, get out, nasty.
We've just given that guy more advertising than
He doesn't know it.
Oh,
Yeah,
people.
that's nasty.
So Thunderheart,
Wait a minute.
you're banned from.
Why
ever
were you
posting
looking
other
for that?
No more
Yeah,
than
but you
You're
that.
talking
cannot
about cum
be
rags and
unseen.
cum socks.
Yeah, but
Thunderheart-
then he Googled it.
We did kind of lead into that, though.
We didn't say go look for that.
Retro pictures were fun.
Elizabeth, I can't unsee this.
I saw the the book cover of, and it's got Ernie from Bert and Ernie with the sock. Oh no, that's my cum sock.
Come say, come soft. All right.
Ooh.
Good times. And we've got 12 minutes to go. We'll see who we're going to rate.
I like to equate that with these punks that wear their pants below their butt, and they're hanging down, and their
That was started in prison.
showing, and their underwear isn't clean, and they're like, how come, I'm not sexy. Well, can you try?
Well, that's sexy to the guys in prison looking for a boyfriend because that's where that fashion started. You wear your pants below your booty crack when you're trolling for.
Easy access.
Yeah, that's where the trend started, and these people, these gangsters out on the street wear that. Really, guys? Come on. Do your research.
Well, maybe they're ready for a little action.
Well, if they are, cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
But
No, not cool. No, it's dirty. It's filthy. It's nasty.
I
remember
was
as a child. I'm sorry, this is completely on PC right now, but they would say, "I see London. I see France. I see so and so's underpants."
yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk that way.
I
on
say
this
that now. I see your underpants.
I remember. Mhm.
That's what
Go
I
ahead,
would
Andy.
say.
I was driving one day and stopped at a red light. You know how people cross the street. This one guy ran across, got to me, and his pants fell down because they were down too low, and he was wearing a belt. What is the point of the belt?
To keep it from going up over your ass.
It was hilarious. So pants fell down.
Yeah.
Let's
It was
see
funny.
here.
Yeah.
You know, Thunderheart, I don't know if I want to click on that
Oh,
YouTube
I
post.
thought it was coming out of Dan. Here it comes. Come on,
What?
Dan, say it.
What? Say what?
I thought it was coming.
It was a yawn, actually. I'm sorry. I think people. It's funny to me. You'll go walking down the street, and you'll see somebody with bright purple hair and all kinds of makeup, whatever craziness. That's fine. And then when you look at them, they look at you like, "What are you looking at?" It's like, well, didn't you do that so that I would look at you?
Yeah,
I'm admiring your makeup.
it's true.
And I think, I have no problem with individuality, but, if you're doing something I think is funny or stupid, I'm going to laugh at you. And, this whole pants down around your hips or your thighs, whatever, that's silly. It's
Mine do that
ridiculous.
sometimes. It's just because they're too big.
Mine
I can
do that
see you
because
do
that's
it
what
when
Your-
it first came
your-
out 20
Your
years
thighs are too big or your pants are too big?
My pants are too big.
Pants.
I've lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
So
And I remember 20 years ago when it first came out, actually about 92, if I'm not mistaken, when I first started seeing this. And there was one young man who I worked with, and he would do this. And like the second or third time, I had commented on it, previously, and he ignored me or laughed it off. And then there was one time he's carrying a ladder with me, a very long ladder, and he's in the front and I'm in the back. And I suddenly shouted out in alarm, "Oh my God, watch out!" And he jerks to stop, and he's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Your pants are falling down." I'm like, "Oh, shit, fucking things up." And he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "God, dude."
Oh, I loved it at the sandwich shop I used to work at. And one guy wore his pants like that, this little skinny white kid. And I'd wait for someone to come up. It was right when we started getting tips. And I'd just pull on his pants and they'd fall down. He'd bend over to pick them up. And I'd say, "I can take you right here." I'd get the guys over.
oh yeah.
Right over and over again. And he never figured out to not do that. And I guess that's sexual harassment, but I got tips. So.
20 bucks is $20.
$20, right?
Oh.
That's right, it is.
I thought it was unprofessional to have your ass hanging out and unhealthy when you're around food and you're
Yeah.
Well, it's
And we had to
professional.
Even the
work
Hooters. Look, even the Hooters girls have their butt cheeks covered because they have to wear leggings or things with their booty shorts, so
Yeah.
their butt's not hanging out.
Otherwise, you get pink eye.
How familiar are you with Hooter girls?
Pretty much. No, I know
there's
people
a
that
reason
have worked there.
it's called Hooters, not Booters.
Well, and they have to
Hooters.
wear these inserts in their bras.
You can use that if you want. Yeah.
I know quite a bit
Do
about it.
they
I won't
really?
work there.
Do they?
Yeah, and if you don't wear it, it's part of the uniform. You don't wear it, they can fire you. And they have to wear a specific type of, I guess it's dance tights. So it looks like skin, but it's not, and everything's covered because, health laws. Yeah. The more you know.
The more you pay.
Okay.
What the hell am I seeing here?
That's
Yeah.
a cat.
Cat,
No, it's
did you click on that link?
not yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm timid.
The night is
Who are we
young.
going to raid?
Who are we gonna rate? Hold on, I'm still looking for the Ernie picture. That's what I'm looking for. I guess I should have just Googled it.
Oh,
Oh,
Do you
it's
want me to look for
unsee. It's the unsee video.
It's the
I
what?
clicked on it. Unsee. And he hit the unsee button. Still big deal.
Hold on.
I still think
Okay.
as I mentioned before, we need to do the things you should not Google episode. And just
I
see if people. Yeah.
I agree.
I found the picture. Do you want me to post it?
You can if you like.
I haven't seen it. Where are you going to post it?
I'm gonna put it in
You gonna put it in the chat?
Yeah.
There you go.
as soon as I get the link.
I should ask my friend if she'd be a guest on the show. She's a corporate trainer who trains the value of curiosity. She's also a podcaster. She would be fun. She's also the host of my podcasting in the park event that I'm doing.
There you go, guys. Check on, click on that link. It's safe. It's okay. It's Sesame Street.
famous
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, this would be great to print out and do the fake book covers trick.
Yeah, go for it.
I've been enjoying those videos, Elizabeth, of the people on the New York subway with the fake book covers. And yeah. Hilarious.
That one, and I have been watching recently people confrontations and fights on the subway. I don't know why.
Have you seen the one guy, the big black guy, who's like, "I'm Tyrone and fuck your smoking shit," and he will like
love that.
lit cigarettes out of people's hands,
and then walk away. It is hilarious.
Yeah, there are some people that just like fucking attack him. And
he's a big dude, though.
Yeah.
Dude, cigarettes in New York, a pack of cigarettes is over $12. You bet your ass they attacked him. That was probably, what, $2.50 he just smacked out of there.
About 68 cents, I would think. They're 22 a pack.
Math is hard.
It's 16 a pack, isn't it?
No, it's 10.
No,
not 10. It's 20.
It used to be 20, but Elizabeth, they may have changed it.
Who the hell are
So, I mean, if they've changed it so they could charge the same amount for less, which, of course, we know product people do. So, yeah. Okay, and to raid, I think we're going to raid Kiro Nightbow, who is a guy who used to stream all the time, went off, and he's really fun and witty and good musician too. So, there we go.
All right, let me get that.
We're setting this up in about 4 minutes, and I've got it all set up and good to
Be
go.
sure to join us tonight, 8 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Andrea suddenly moved to a different state when she wasn't.
I don't even know where I'm at.
What are you playing?
We are setting up for Crypto Mysteries. I'll be building a character.
I'll check it out if I have time.
So yeah, Crypto Mysteries will be our steampunk Cthulhu meets Scooby-Doo with a sprinkling of Dresden Files and Supernatural over it. It's going to be based on the White Wolf system, specifically the Hunters Hunted books or the Hunters the Reckoning books. And so yeah,
I'm making a character.
Right, and that'll start. Well, as soon as we have at least 2 players plus myself. So we've got 1 at this point, and
I'm new to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm new to this, so we'll be learning. I'll be learning the process. So if anyone wants to come and see the process of it, but my character's going to be interesting.
Always is.
I'm taking a cross between Danny DeVito as Wolverine and Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Jinkies.
I hear something.
Say excuse
That was New York. That was New York. They're honking because they're talking. In New York, people talk through honks.
Yeah, they do.
Honky talk.
Honk, 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 honk.
See what I did with that?
Honky tonk, donka donk.
Oh my god.
What's the matter?
Is that the cat in your lap?
Or were you just glad to see me?
You'll have to be more specific who you're
That's
speaking
a
to.
pussy. Oh.
No,
Look at him, he's so cute.
That squirrel behind him. That's him laying on the table next to me. Kind of like...
I didn't know there was the squirrel behind him. I'm just looking at the cat. He's so cute. So cute. He's so happy. These cats are funny.
He's enjoying the moment, baby.
He is.
Nap time.
Cats get it.
So I'm
All
here on
time.
an international program watching 3 people play with their phones.
You are.
Well, I had to take
What's
a picture of the cats
My puppy.
because this is a picture I just took. Let's see if I can get it up there for you. Hold on. Okay. We'll do it like
You
this.
see the monitor reflection.
Tilt it back.
Back or forward? Like that?
Tilt the bottom back. Bottom forward. I don't know.
Like that?
I was just checking because I
Just
saw
post
that
it.
somebody sent a message.
Well, I was going to. I just want to show it to the public. But yeah.
No, it's just brightness. Oh, I see a nose.
That's my son.
Honky. Okay. And we're out of here, guys. Thanks for joining us. Overdrive, Thunderheart. Hope to see you again. I know one of you already bolted, but whatever. Here's some outro music.
Guys.
Hang around for the raid. Thanks for joining us in the
Here's to
discussion
you.
shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.